Hello, everybody. How you doing? Turn that down on me. Hope you enjoy the music. I got it a little louder, so stands out a bit more. Very pretty. I like it. So, this should be our last year, I believe, of Exocolonist. We'll see how it proceeds. Just so I know how long to ride the stream through, I didn't look ahead at what the story is, just kind of looked at when the story stops. So this is probably the last stream. We'll see. It might change my mind. I might want to do more. How's it going? Lord Bears, thank you for the sub. That's very sweet. You here for the final one? I say final. We'll see if that sticks. I might be so addicted that I need to play more. It is the last chapter, yes. Okay. All right. I'm excited. I don't know how many answers I'll get. I have lots of questions, but it's fine if they don't answer them all, because that's just another reason to play again. Okay, what am I doing? What are my stats? No, I'm forgetting what buttons do what. There it is. My bravery is bumped up just from having an item. I don't know what to work on. I achieved my goal of hitting each of the lower level ones. So I don't know really what to shoot for anymore. What do you think, Taz? Or maybe I should just make really good friends with Tangent so I can max at least one person out this run. If I can do that in the span of one more year. I probably can. I just gotta give her stuff. She likes roots, which I don't have. Go me. I also missed their birthday. We have a disc that went missing last time after an explosion during the glow. I don't know if we'll run into him again. I hope we do. I'd like it if he's okay. Oh, there's the old geoponics domes. I didn't notice that they were like outside the wall now. Explore outside the colony. Or that, yeah. Explore? Okay, we'll explore. Let's go exploring. If you tell me to go explore, I will go explore. Apply to be a hunter? Oh yeah, that was part of this thing, wasn't it? That probably raises combat. Get them roots? I don't... We can get the roots pretty much anywhere, right? Or is it like certain places? Actually, let me look. What's the map? I haven't even been everywhere, have I? Back up. The swamp, right? We have nearby, the plains, the valley, and the ridge. Nope, not the bestiary. The valley, the plains, the ridge. So yeah, we never went to the swamps. I don't know how you do that one. Hunter equals swamp? Okay, gotcha. Let's go get the roots then. I don't know if they spawn in a specific spot. We're not super low on stress, but I can still go pick up items. That one's the plains and perception. Biology. I think I maxed out biology. That one gives engineering for some reason, so we could do surveying.
Sorry for my absence. I was getting food.
Ah. Oh, heck. I don't even think I've been here. Yeah, I don't think I ever came to the ridge. Cool.
No, you never went to the ridge, so it's a brand new world.
Neat. The only way to the resting ridges is by glider. Part vehicle, part kite. All adrenaline. You land on the rocky, broken-up spine of the nearest ridge and nearly fall over when you look down at the plummeting slope into the basin below. You're a long way up. Utopia glides in beside you and steadies you. Careful, Solana, she says. I need you to keep your wits about you out here. I don't like much the idea of sending you out solo, but we're spreading our resources pretty darn thin while investigating convergent domain ruins. Investigating. Convergent domain? Ruins? You look around, the landscape is like nothing you've ever seen before. Dry, cracked soil gives way to steep cliffs, and what little vegetation here is brittle and sharp. You can feel the dry air wick away at the moisture in your lips. Wait, what the heck is that? Crystal stuff way down below. Stone structure. Glow. You can flirt with Utopia?
Apparently so.
Huh.
I mean, she is supposedly closer to you in age than a lot of the other adults. I think she was like only around 18 or 19 when she got made in charge of this thing or something.
Yeah, it's just she doesn't have an affection meter, so I was a little surprised by that. Unless it's just like a little goofball thing. I don't know.
Could be legal.
You pointed out Utopia gives a nudge with her foot. Beats me, she says. You unearth the object. It's a pulsing light with that's warm to the touch. What? What does this fall under? What is this? Oh no, this is an item. Hold up, Utopia says. Don't just go picking things up, Solana. It could be radioactive, you know? Utopia waves her hollow bond crystal over it that checks her interface. Only a little, she concludes. Whatever it is, it looks old. Like thousands of years old. We've been digging up glowing gadgets all over this region, but got no clue what they're for. You hang on to that one. Maybe you'll figure it out. Oh, okay. And what is that? I kind of want to do it just to see what happens.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Don't know if you can actually date her, but there's a few points where you can flirt. Okay, gotcha. The crystal stuff below. Oh, those? Utopia says, pointing to the crystal formation so densely packed into the ravine that it looks like a sparkling river. More outcroppings of crystals decorate the slopes. They're all over the place. Be careful with them. Not sure if they're animal or vegetable or mineral. She points off into the distance. There's a big island of them over there, like a glacier. Covers the whole damn place. Might be related to the convergent domain. But we ain't sure. Well, there are buildings here, Utopia says. Traces of them anyway. Maybe 10, 20,000 years old. We sure didn't put them here. We've been checking them out, but not thoroughly. Most just trying to get a feel for who lived here and why they ain't here no more. Based on some glyphs, we've started calling them the convergent domain. Whoever they were, they built things to last, Utopia admires. It ain't just arrowheads and cave paintings. They're real architecture. Machines, even. Wait, what? Tell me more! I wish I had more to tell you, Utopia says. Most everything we found just poses new questions. The structures read more organic than anything, so does that mean their gene tech was super advanced? As for this place, I think it was some kind of solar network for them, she says, squinting up to the two suns. Looking at it from above, you can see those big vines traveling up and down the ridges, like power lines. And there's hardly any plant life elsewise. Like they've soaked up all the energy and made it a desert. But what they'd use that energy for, she said, and if there's a civilization so big and so advanced on Vertumina, why can't we find more traces of it? Where are the cities? What were them thumpers for? And what happened to them all? She's right, lots of questions. Maybe you can help find some answers. Oh, okay. So anyway, those ruins are the main thing we need you to survey while you're out here. But keep an eye out for anything else weird. Utopia claps the dust off her hand. Well, my job here is done. You're all set, kid. Try not to fall off the cliff. Yeah, new area. Let's go play. I can bypass all the question marks and go find the things I need. We'll come back to the question marks, but first items.
Yes, items and the important exclamation mark areas.
I don't know if we have any. Like,
there should be. There almost always is. Plus, who knows? Maybe you'll find some trails of dis.
That's true. That's a flower, not what I need. I need roots. Tangent like roots. She like medicinal root. What is this? Oh, it's another one of those things. I bet you Tangent would actually think that device is interesting.
Oh, probably. She'd probably want to study it.
Let me see. Do I have them? Collectibles. Yeah, they're just here. They don't have anything crazy to them. It's just a strange device. Oh, crystal. There's always a boss event at the end of the area? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Flower. Ooh, look at these. These are cool. Oh, that's pretty. I'm so glad I got perception up and I'm just able to bypass all of this and pick what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I probably did lean a little too hard on exploration really early on. Because I can see you would have easily gotten the same kind of stuff doing all this. Especially with how many areas there are to explore. Notes for next time. Sadly, I haven't found any roots, so I'm hoping Tangent likes the weird devices.
Oh, she absolutely will.
Oh, how'd you get trapped over here, little one? I didn't even come this way unless it circles back around. I guess it does. I've already picked everything up? Or am I just lost and not going?
Honestly, it could be either one.
Okay, well, I found my way back to here. I didn't see any exclamation marks. I was going to do those first. Well, looks like there's an area down there, which I don't think I missed large swaths of the area. Sounds about right. Okay. I've been over here, and these two come together to meet. So I go this way. We go up this way. Down. There must have been a turn I didn't take somewhere.
Yeah.
These two areas are together. Oh! Is that what I didn't go into? Oh, does this also go down? Okay, this also goes down. This is up on the ridge. This is the area I was looking at from over there. Whoa! What are you? Oh, wait, no, I've seen you before. Item. I saw the item. I feel like the crystals are more common here, which we did talk about the crystals at the beginning. So that makes sense. But there's also those weird little devices. Yeah, like that. If I get a certain number of them, will something happen? Probably not. But it's possible. I never know what this game will throw at me. Okay, we're still going. Yeah, if you ever need crystals, this is the place to go for sure. Flower. Mars likes the flower. This is our exclamation mark. Let's do it. Expedition has been collecting energy readings from this area, tracing the invisible ley lines of power like the ones from the thumper that brought you here in the first place. They've pointed you to this cave, a nexus of power that at the convergence of many lines. You can feel the energy is different here, like barely perceivable hum that prickles up the back of your neck, like something's watching you. It's likely this was some sort of important place for the convergent domain, Utopia says, leaning on her glider. I've sent teams through, but it gets mighty tight in there. I'm hoping you might have better luck wiggling in there. She continues. Might be the caves inside open up again, and if they do, take plenty of readings and report back to me. Utopia nods and leaves you to it. What's the plan? Enter the cave! Prep the caving equipment? That sounds like it should be done before entering the cave. You get a headlamp and a little Croning drone with a floodlight attached. Tiny buzzing flying thing that circles around your head and sometimes illuminates what you look at. It's intelligent, which means it won't just do what you want. Utopia also left you an anti-grav belt, with a warning to practice extreme caution while spelunking down there. They make you lighter so you can climb up easier and won't hurt yourself as much if you fall. I like how you could have just gone into the cave without prepping. That's hilarious to me.
You just be all like, YOLO.
Just like, nah, into the cave. The narrow entrance leads to a bigger room that animals have clearly used as a den. It's enormous, with glowing mushrooms on the walls and piles of bones in some crevices. In some places, the walls are made of iridescent convergent domain obsidian. That's kind of a long name. Can we just call it obsidian?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Convergent domain?
Yeah.
It's CD obsidian.
Okay. Am I supposed to know that?
No, I'm just shortening it.
Oh, I could just call it obsidian.
No, that's too logical.
Like this was a great haul millennia ago. You can feel a cool breeze coming from somewhere, but it'll be tricky to find in the dark. Let's find a way in deeper. Is this a physical challenge? I get bonuses for straights, but I clearly don't have any of those. I could save that one. That one there, that one. It doesn't matter what order it's going in. Take the 2. Do I have... Oh, I don't actually have it. You know what? I have a lot of crystals. What has happened to my wonderful card? Okay, hang on. Technically, that's a straight. I wanted to get... Meh. Who knows if it equals the goal? Okay. Hang on. All right, it's unchangeable. Gosh darn it. That one.
Of course.
What? Oh, because it counts as everything, it gets its buff. Okay, we'll save that one. Do that. We'll just do the straight for now. Oh, does that not count unless it's going this way? Alright. Apparently I've had that misconception. Okay. I feel like I can get a lot of... Hang on. I got that. I don't have a 3. I mean, I guess this counts as a straight to some degree.
I suppose. Yeah, like, at least enough of one. Yeah, hitting 23 on the last one will not be a problem.
Hitting it exactly might be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aha!
There you go.
I know technically it'll bump it up if I do like a really large number, but then I'd have to hit 37.
Yeah, which might be doable, but also sounds like a pain.
Okay, that's enough of that. I already know the path to hitting 23 exactly, so we'll go with that one. Like I absolutely need those extra 10 kudos, you guys. I need them.
100%. I mean, probably more than you'd get for the bonus perception.
Yeah,
that's maxed out.
I definitely don't need the bonus perception. You find the source of the breeze by tossing some fine sand. Oh, we got bravery from that.
Huh.
You find a source of the breeze by tossing some fine sand into the air and watching which way the dust flows. It's a very tight crack. Good thing you're so small. You squeeze through and have to shimmy along on your belly for about 10 meters, pushing far greater your gear ahead of you. It's quite uncomfortable, but you keep it together. It's perception? Yep. Past the crack, there are a few signs of animals. The walls are smooth, grown obsidian, which is kind of a melted rainbow oil slick look. There are deeply carved glyphs on the wall at various intersections, like room designations or street names, you wonder. And other kinds of basins, alcoves, and had grown into the rock, full of odd protrusions, all ancient and worn and inexplicable now. It feels homey? Oh wait, there's no question mark after that. It feels homey. You come to realize the convergent domain must have lived underground. That's why there are so few ruins on the surface. As you follow the cave complex down, it's clear that it used to be a well-traveled path. The corridors branching off into other places are now blocked off as if a big earthquake had rattled this whole area. Only this one main path is still clear. It's too convenient to be a coincidence. The floor of the cave slopes downward like a slide, and it's quite slippery. I like how you can just choose to slip. You follow
it could lead to something. You don't know.
Yeah. You follow the cave system down, 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 all the way to what must be the bottom of the cliffs. You have to climb down a 3-story wall in the last section, and you're grateful to your anti-grav belt for making it easier. You're still tired, though. You can see a dim light below. Daylight! You emerge into a hidden valley, totally surrounded by tall cliffs. Did you just come down all that way? You're surrounded by ruins of convergent domain buildings in much better condition than the windswept ones on the surface. It's perfectly still here, and as quiet as space itself. What was this? It doesn't feel like a city, more like some kind of facility or station, and it feels so familiar. You remember this place from your dreams, and feel a throbbing sense of importance that is a bit unnerving. Something momentous happened to you here, or will happen to you someday. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
Don't worry about it. You could see the future or the past or something.
You poke around a little and then call Utopia and give her your coordinates. She swings down on her glider with an extra one for you tethered behind it. You're happy you won't have to climb all the way back up. She whistles. Great find, Solana. This place didn't show up on any of our aerial scans. It took me a while to find a route in. You look bushed, she says. I'll stick around and get some readings, but you go ahead and head back to the depot and get some rest. Don't worry, we aren't going to push on without you. All right, well, that just makes me want to come back and do more of that.
I mean, that's very interesting, but...
I should go home soon. I am stressed. Well, first, let's just max out our stress gauge and have some fun with a random thing. We've already seen these before, so we're not going to worry about that one. Next one I see. We're doing it. We're going to do it. Is there one up here? Yeah, there was. You're scaling a huge rock plateau when you suddenly overcome with an incredible feeling of peace. You've never felt anything like this. You literally feel lighter. Like all of your troubles have been lifted away. The feeling is stronger when you touch the rocky surface and you realize it's radiating from the rock. Stay for a while. Oh hey, we can keep going, guys.
Woo!
You lie down on the rock.
East Rock.
You lie down on the rock, letting the strange magic fill you with an incredible sense of peace, love, and unity with the universe. Well, that was a good one to start on. Alright, what about here? You're walking along a ridgeline when your foot knocks some rocks down the slope. You anticipate the familiar clatter as they plunge down into the chasm, but realize it's silent, just the wind. You peer down the slope. Nothing's falling. Wait, the rocks you dislodged with your foot are just floating? Oh, wow. You take a step forward and realize you feel lighter too, like you've taken off your mountaineering gear. You take another step forward. It's a struggle to keep your foot on the ground. With one more step forward, you realize it's possible to take both feet off the ground. You're floating. You nudge your foot and let the momentum float you forward a few feet, feeling more untethered by gravity the farther forward you go. The ridgeline is narrow with a steep drop on either side. There's no way around this strange anti-gravity field, and if you fall out of it, you might plummet into the chasm. Onward!
YOLO.
Plummet into the chasm? We got this.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That is not going to have the highest value. I guess I can keep that for now. It's not like we're going to have a trouble hitting that. Oh, it's just locked there. That's just there. That's fine. I can make it a wild. Yep, there's all the red cards. Random card locked in one slot. Yeah, that should be fine.
You hit a super goal. You're good.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of figured that would give me bravery, so I kind of wanted to do better on that one. But hey, it's maxed with the
Yeah.
item. Oh, hey, we got some more stress down. This trip apparently turned to be quite the vacation. You float forward, allowing yourself to rise higher and higher until you're able to swim and tumble through the air with ease. Ooh, wow. You're totally weightless. You float over to a shiny, lumpy rock just jutting up from the spine of the ridge. As you pass over it, you feel gravity gently begin to embrace you again, pulling you back down.
I gave you 2 engineering as well.
Oh,
That was
did it?
awesome.
Cool. Nice. Your feet touch the ground again on the other side, and your legs immediately give out. What a rush. You mark the location on your map for the other surveyors. Yes. For science and not for having fun. Definitely.
You can have it for science
Ooh.
fun.
Seems hot here. You're trudging along when suddenly you're buffed by hot wind. No, like very hot wind. Lethally hot. The ridges are already baking, but all of a sudden it feels like you're trapped in a nuclear reactor. Your skin dries out and your lips begin to crack. Your eyeballs feel like sandpaper. Find the source! Oh, I got engineering from that.
Okay, this one will probably stress you out.
I mean, it hasn't yet. Other than like the 10 it makes me do. If you take careful readings from a distance, triangulate them, and discover the source of the wind, a red sports ball-sized crystal emanator, but hidden in a small crevice. When you smash it, it doesn't shatter like crystal. It almost looks as if it could have been organic. Was it some kind of defensive barrier? Another weird mystery of these ridges. Time passes. Fully grown dilly pillars are like massive, slow-moving trains. If one crosses your path, you're in for a wait. Which is exactly what you're doing. The gargantuan dragon has been slowly lumbering over this ridge for at least half an hour, its body disappearing into the heat haze of the chasms on both sides. Its feet slowly undulate across the cracked soil, making shushing noises and scattering boulders in its... Huh?
It's just going shh, 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 shh.
And scattering boulders in its wake. Climb up on its back. Yes.
Absolutely. No hesitation.
The creature is moving more than slowly enough for you to climb up, using its large, soft spikes as handholds. It's going to take hours to get anywhere interesting, but from on its back you can see further. Also, there are other creatures up here. They've climbed up right next to a cluster of dorps moths, heads tucked under their wings like they're sleeping. In the other direction, there's even a bush bub. Or rather, it looks like a pile of rocks and some twigs. Asshole the dorps moths. Wait and see where it's going. I got stressed.
Yeah.
Centimeter by centimeter, the Goliath makes its way into the chasm. You feel the air grow thicker and less hospitable until the sheer density of the heat and the drought makes you feel genuinely concerned for your safety. You climb up the creature's back sediment by sediment until you're back on top of the ridge, then drop down on the other side. Whew, scary. It's okay, Solana. We're adventuring. We're having fun. We're doing stuff.
Yeah!
I'm looking for ones that are kind of in, like, specific areas, because it seems like you get very specific ones for certain things.
Yeah.
Not all the
like
time, but sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this area did say when you went to explore it that you'd mostly be gaining engineering as the substat that would pop up a lot, so this is great for your engineering.
The sun goes behind a cloud and you feel a light spattering of rain. It sizzles into the dry, hot ground around you, providing little relief from the heat of the day. When you realize you don't see a single cloud in the sky ahead of you, and it's almost never rains in the western resting ridges. The plants here rely on nighttime dew for moisture. Just run?
Uh,
Uh,
something
oh,
is probably slobbering over you. Yeah.
huh. Yeah, let's run. You both recover with your hands thrown over your head. You don't even care what's up there. You just know it was no rain. I have to go home now? No.
Yeah. So if you looked up, you would have seen whatever it was. But
Probably. Hey, but
yeah,
we got some more engineering. That's just happening by accident. I am curious about those ruins though, so we might go back. Investigation
yeah.
into
I
the
think you have to
bombing during the
junction.
glow attack continues all month. Governor Lum and his goons can't find a way to pin it on any of it on the Stratos. And over time, people come to accept that Dis was probably the culprit. The rumor doesn't make anyone feel better, but it does take the heat off the others, including yourself. As usual for this time of year, your dreams have been more vibrant and invasive. You have trouble distinguishing dream from reality during the day, and you dread falling to sleep at night. Hello! How did that hot pie get into your room? Yeah? Hmm. Hmm. You chase it out your balcony door and find yourself on a thickly wooded path, the mushwood pressing in close on every side. The light is weird here, pink and glittering, casting teal shadows. The hot pie disappears down a hole in the ground, and without thinking, you dive after it, squeezing your shoulders to fit through. You tumble it. Hey, we're back in the cave. You tumble into a cave, beautiful and surreal, shimmering with light that seems to come from within. Am I actually having the dream we just talked about? When you take a step
Yeah,
forward,
probably.
granules of pink and crush underfoot. The cave opens to a forest that seems lifted from fairy tale. The sunlight beams through breaks in the trees, illuminating paths of ringed stepping stones that lead you to a small cottage. You spot the Hopeye hurrying further down the path. Is it the cottage? Sure, this is a choose your own adventure thing now. I mean, it always has been, but oh, we're in this. Okay, this is getting really funky. Wait, this is here. It's his home, you think. He hunches over a woodworking bench and looks up as if you'd called his name. You realize with an alarm that he's working on himself, as if he's part tree. He waves at you with a hand that ends in a small blossoming branches, unsettled. And wait, hang on. Ends in small blossoming branches. As unsettled, you hurry onwards through the door at the rear of the cabin. Too late, you realize the door opens into empty air and you tumble. You land hard on solid ground, your breath whooshing from you. It's hot here, impossibly hot. The twin suns beat down on you, burning your skin on contact, and the air is almost painful to breathe. In all directions stretches a barren wasteland of dead trees, like bones puncturing the dry skin of the planet. You rise from the dusty, cracked earth and begin to walk, stumbling over bones of unknown creatures. You don't know where you're walking, only that the horizon doesn't change. The red sky just stretches overhead like a great bowl of heat pressing down on you. A great roar shakes you, and you turn to see a chimeric nightmare, a manticore. But with Governor Lum's face? Oh god, that is horrifying. He towers over you from a podium, his claws clacking and his tail thrashing as he
Proselytizes.
proselytizes.
Yeah, something like that.
What? Okay.
He's preaching.
We, primeval forests felling, he chants. We, the rivers stemming, piercing deep the mines within. We, the surface broad surveying. We, the virgin soil upheaving. Overhead, the sky is streaking with smoke. You hear a rumbling in the distance. Stand to face it? Hey, rebellion! You plant your legs and refuse to look away from the beast. With a yell from behind you, Mars appears and swings a sword made of light at the Lum abomination. Go Mars! Its head rolls across the dirt but continues to speak. Well, we did say we would vote for Mars. You turn from the scene and walk away. You feel the memory of it cling to you as you push and claw your way through another reality. Hello? You stumble forward into a dark, glowing forest. Less cool air brushes your cheeks, thick with moisture and making your face wet as if you've been crying. The path winds upward, flanked by humanoid figures carrying candles, some wearing robes, some armor, some lab coats and envirosuits, and formal wear. Some are elderly, some barely 10 years old. all turn to look at you and realize with a jolt, they're you.
What?
Every single one of them is you. You see yourself reflected in their eyes as they gaze upon you dispassionately. A line of possibilities stretch out as far as you can see. The hot eye crouches between the ranks and gazes solemnly out as you pass. You walk steadily upward, feeling their unflinching gaze following you. Overhead, the wormhole hangs in the sky like an overripe fruit, bending the heavy branch of space and time towards you. It's so close. You feel as if you could touch it. You stretch your hand out, seeking. You wake up. Gained in status insomnia. What a great one to have.
Woo!
Okay. Milky quiet sunlight pours through your window, flakes of bromide snow piling up against the glass. You feel as tired as when you went to bed. It's your birthday. You're 19 years old. Only one more year as a teenager. All right, well, that was a scene.
That was trippy.
But Mars, you are so cool.
Good job, Mars.
She just winked at me. Here you go. You can have that for cutting off Lum's head. Anyway. All right, Tangent, let's see if you like this thing.
Hey, Tangent, I found alien technology. You want to study it?
Yep, she likes it. It's only one, not a two, but it's still good. Fang shrugs. You should probably just keep it. I don't even know what to do with that. What I'd do with that. When you insist she keep it, she shrugs again. Sure, maybe I'll find a use for it. That's fine. I'll take it. Yeah, I know we're tired.
One is still a +1.
+1 is still a +1. I don't know if we'll max her out since she's at 72, though. I think we should have been a lot farther along, but it's okay. Let's relax in the lounge. In friendship with Rex, visit the spa?
The spa? Oh my god.
Oh, this is how you get rid of some of your memories. Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's relax in the lounge. Mars and Rex have similar levels of shame. That is, none at all. Whenever they're in the lounge together, you're tempted to turn your hear speak all the way up, just so you don't have to hear them flirt. Maybe it's just you, but if you were part dog, you'd think that it's a little demeaning to have someone call you their pet and joke about getting you a leash. Luckily, Rex doesn't seem to mind. Just like he's so easygoing about everything else. You have to avert your eyes when Mars gives him a tummy rubs, but that's their business. I agree.
Guys, it's the middle of the lounge.
Yeah, we'll keep those. I might go ahead and... No stress. Okay. Let's visit the spa real quick.
Manage your deck a little.
Yeah. Because we can get rid of putting on a scary face. Probably boring, because all cards becoming a 1 is not great. I do have to purchase this. It's not something like I get to just get rid of them and not have to pay for it. Trying to think if there's a bunch of them I need to get rid of, or if it's just like a handful. I apparently spent a lot of time harvesting mushwood. It's fine. Let's see what this... What's at the supply depot? That fidget spinner is insane. Nothing I say I want to get right now.
Yeah, equipment-wise, you're pretty set.
Well, now I
Depend-
want to go back to surveying so I can see what's going on out there. But I also want to try and raise a relationship with Tangent. But give me a sec. 1, 2, 3, 10. And I think you can only get one friendship at a time from doing these. You might get bonuses for...
Yeah.
But most I can get 10 from doing that. Giving her a gift is another one, but I think you can only give her one gift for each season.
So if you had enough roots to do that the entire time...
Oh, this is different. You hear Tang's voice before you see her. I've already told you I have no idea where Dis is gone. Perhaps he's dead. You enter the laboratory and see Tangent talking to someone from command, as Dr. Instance looks on with a concerned look. Tangent standing her ground. I know it's horrible to say or to even think, but if I say it, will you finally leave me alone? Wherever he is, he's happier for it. Tang catches your eye and excuses herself, making her way over to you. Pretend you need me for something, she whispers, her voice shaking. I would like to be spared from these vultures. I'm sorry, Tangent, I don't have the stats to pull you away. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute, I may be able to buy something to augment my abilities and save my waifu.
That's +5 to reasoning. How short am I? Not enough. I need 7. Is there anything that gives me at least that one?
There you go.
Give me that. I don't know if I bought it.
Temporarily.
I don't know why it clicked off the screen. Okay. Oh, I hit done. That's why. There. All right. Let's go help Tangent. +15 to all skills. Oh, was there one for that? I probably don't have the
There
money
was
to buy it.
one, but
Yeah, there is. Huh.
yeah, it's fine.
Oh well. How did I not notice that before? Oh well. Maybe I did last time. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I got what I needed for Tangent.
You got the important person. It's fine.
How's the research coming? Tangent shrugs. Well enough, she concedes. But I confess I've actually hit something of a block. I'm sure the answer's right in front of me, but I can't grasp it. You take a look at her work. Immediately, you come to the conclusion that had just been out of her reach. Oh, okay. +5 during... Oh, ow. Hey, +2. No reasoning from it. Because of the freaking insomnia status. God dang it. Tang rubs her eyes. Oh, you are formidable, she says. I've been coming at it wrong the entire time. She taps a few notes into her hollow palm and smiles. Thank you for being someone on this stupid rock I can trust to know what you're doing. We helped her.
Yeah, no problem. The moment she's out of sight. Yes!
Oh, that's funny. Technically, if I wanted to get more kudos, I could go work at the depot, but at this point, I'm trying to decide what the best course of action is. I don't know if I can max out Tangent. I'll try and spend as much time on her as I can. I wish I could find more roots. Because those, I think, give her 2. And of course, I'll get a bonus if I do it on her birthday. But I still don't think I can close that gap quickly enough.
Yeah, it'd be very close. You'd have had to have been working on her just a bit sooner, but unfortunately, you didn't realize how cool she would look until she actually transformed.
Don't say it like that!
Am I wrong, though?
Hey, I liked her previous models too. This one's just my favorite.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I don't mean nothing by it.
I think you do mean something by it.
No.
Uh-huh.
Little old me couldn't be.
Okay, let's go back and survey the ridge. I want to see if we can continue that plot line, because it's delves more into like the world, which I guess I would have probably gotten had I been pursuing these kind of things repeatedly. For the most part, I've only been coming out to these areas when a character has talked to me and been like, "Hey, you know what would be really cool?" Other than like
Yeah,
the first few months or first few cycles of this where I was running around just because I was like, "Oh wow, leveling up out here is really stinking easy." Which is
it
true,
was convenient.
but I think I probably should have spread it out more to where I would have been more encouraged to explore these areas too.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going the wrong way. It's this way. No, it's
Like
not.
you had the options to do so and to look into it. It's just that your attention was usually either held by trying to get a different stat
Thing
up
is
because
still
you
there.
maxed out perception
Mm.
like super immediately. Um,
Wait, do you only get one event per month? Did I make a mistake?
what do you mean one event per month?
Or oh no, it's still okay. No, it still does this. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I keep saying month instead of season because
I mean, it pretty much is.
certain things are like seasonal cycles. Like all of the items you can pick up are seasonal, which means I probably should have gone somewhere else instead. But I just want to know more of the lore of the area. I could have planned
Yeah,
it.
the lore.
Oh well. Utopia has given you clearance to poke around the ruins in the secret valley. Stars, this place is neat. The buildings are arranged in spiral formation around a central point, and they're made out of oil stick obsidian, something that looks like a petrified bone, and have parts missing where there are other organic materials as long since rotted away. It's all overgrown with vines and buried in shifting sands. You follow the spokes on the streets. You follow the spokes of the streets until you approach the center of the valley, where there's a large pyramid-shaped building that's surrounded by thumpers and a variety of other smaller buildings. Check out the pyramid. Look at the thumpers. Investigate the other building. Check out the pyramid. You walk all the way all around the massive pyramid, but you don't see an entrance to it. It's sealed tight. It vibrates with significance and looms so hugely in your dream memories. You feel faint just standing near it, so you're a little relieved when you can't find a way in. Let's investigate the other buildings. Smaller, more deteriorated pyramid buildings dot around the valley. Purpose is unknown. There are also dozens of little obelisks, a couple of meters wide with circular design on one side. You approach a random one of these on the edge of the valley. You lean on one of the round designs, and the iris. Oh, excuse me. You lean on one of the round designs, and the iris dilates open. The section grinds back like the world's rustiest automated door. Now you're looking through a large round door into a small, featureless room. Quite small, quite featureless. Totally dark, very creepy. But you can hear a faint hum. Is it still powered? Yeah, we're gonna go inside.
Yes.
I also
Duh.
think I should be exploring, I don't know, either outside our gates. I feel like we can find Dis based off of that dream. I don't know if I can, but
Yeah,
I feel like I
like
could.
yeah, he's definitely in one of the regions and like living outside because it's Dis. He probably figured out how to do that back like 5 years ago.
Oh, it de-equipped my Ricky one whenever I attached on the reasoning. Okay.
Oh, that's rude.
I would have figured it
there's
would have
no
taken
fix
this
that.
one off, but it's like +5 to all challenges, so maybe not.
Maybe.
Should be fine.
Yeah, you'll live. Worst comes to worst, you have enough mushroom logs that you can,
That's true.
you know. You can brute force it if you need to, but it's probably not necessary.
Rue. Just immediately turn it into a 5.
Just boom, it's a 5 now.
Super goal. I can never tell like when I would actually have 3 stars. Oh well. You walk in, and suddenly the iris closes. The floor lurches, and you're moving down. An elevator. Yay!
Uh-huh, neat.
The elevator squeals and grinds away as it hasn't been used in literally thousands of years. It doesn't go far, then grinds to a halt, and the iris opens to reveal a large room with with obsidian walls. Like all convergent domain spaces, it's more of a cave than a room, with the stalactites everywhere and giant lumpy mountains of fungus. You wonder if the obsidian stuff they built with melt. Wait, you wonder if the obsidian stuff they built with melts over time, running and dripping in extreme slow motion. There are consoles on all the walls, like this is some kind of control room, maybe? Some of it, most of it is long dark and covered with thick layer of dust, except for one device with two weird bony knobby sticks poking out of it.
Knobby sticks.
Knobby
I
sticks.
never.
Yeah, we're poking stuff at random. You poke things and grab
Duh.
sticks at random until suddenly. Uh-oh. You cease to be yourself. You're like a visual, audio, and weirdly tactile? Is that right?
Tactile.
Tactile? Okay, tactile. Representation of something vast. You have a feeling of being in a large and complex space. No, like you are the space. A digital space, like a computer system, as if you were stuck inside a 3D representation of the HoloNet and you could see files and processes and whole worlds of data, but in alien formats that speak to you more in sensation than logic. You let go of the sticks and the console room comes back. You grab them again, and understanding fills your head. Feels not all that different from your bouts of deja vu, remembering. Like memories of being inserted into your mind. You suddenly just know how to use this interface. You just think where you want to go or what you want to know, and away you go.
Huh.
The World Array comes to mind, a network of computers hosting millions of data nodes, information on every part of the planet from weather to soil conditions and to individual creatures. Not just computers, but entities that feel intelligent and also digital artificial consciousness like your ship's AI congruence. They're processing all that data and triggering subroutines to make minute changes on the planet's surface. I'm sorry, what? Then a booming voice enters your brain and obliterates all else, speaking more in abstract thought than words, but loud. What are you doing in Wormhole Observatory Array Console 5, you nosy little creature? Then an explosion in your head, and you're thrown backwards and out of the array. There must have also been an explosion in your hands, which are now singed. The console is blown out and dead. Yeah, that would stress me out.
Spooky.
You're shaken. Something didn't like you poking around in there, and whatever the array is, whatever lives in it, has been watching you, probably ever since you landed. You muse on the voice saying wormhole observatory and look around. So this has something to do with the wormhole? The convergent domain was sure advanced. And now you know about the array and how to access it. That could come in very useful if it turns out to be a danger to your colony. You decide to call it a day. Your arms feel all tingly and weak from getting electrocuted, and your heart is still thumping a mile a minute. But you'll be back. We could head back. That is literally, I love the lore. I love it. It's so fun. I don't know if I really should put a lot of stress into doing things out here. I hate to waste the month, because I probably should have waited 1 month and like spent time with Tangent for this one, and then went out again on the next one since I forgot all the items clear out, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
Though.
I forget.
Still, that was eerie and interesting.
Mm-hmm. Engineering challenge. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar? Knocked over and lying on its side. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right, at least a kilometer in each direction. Though at some point it crumbled enough that you could likely scale it over. Check it out. This is engineering. Delusions.
It's fine. You're only seeing weird metaphysical dreams of the future and other things going on and omnipresent views of the planet. It's perfectly natural.
Double the card to the right. There you go. It didn't go any higher, so still a 2. Okay. I was probably just short of getting to it then.
Ooh, just shy.
Hey, you got kudos for that.
Nice.
Reduced by 1 for 3 months. You killing my mental skills.
If you didn't have absorbent brain, you would literally be getting nothing. So.
I know, but I got absorbent brain so I could benefit from my skill from these challenges.
On the bright side, it's at least making it so that you are still getting something from them instead of having a negative.
I will bitch about it nonetheless.
I mean, fair enough.
You follow the pillar to its base, a large pyramid almost entirely lost into the sand. You brush away some of the sand to find that the pyramid is inscribed on all sides with pictures of, well, wormholes, you think. Something is going on with the wormhole, I get it. This pillar must have been...
We're being subtle!
This pillar must have once stretched up to the sky. Maybe it was some kind of observatory or sacred building, or just a monument to the wormhole. Mysterious. Yeah, I already have a couple of theories on the wormhole and what it's doing as far as, like... I definitely feel like this game might have... You know what? I'll stay quiet. I'll keep my thoughts to myself. That way we can all have fun with what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go back. I don't know if I can actually leave from here or if I have to walk all the way back. I know I can do one of these and it would probably let me go back quicker, but it's fine. I'll give Tangent another... No, let's not give her a gift. That way I can go out, try and find a route, and actually give her the thing she likes. Yeah, let's go back. Nope. Go home. Yeah, go home. I do feel like I kind of wasted the month, but it's okay.
It's fine. After all, you got to touch that weird device.
I know. I still want to touch the weird device again, but we'll have to play with that later.
Yeah, wait till the next season so that it refreshes.
We are in the next season. Oh, is there roots? Those are roots. Awesome. And an egg.
Just gotta wait till the next season. It is the next season. Loot!
Give me the roots. Give me them. I gotta give them to Tangent. Use them for card battles? No, Tangent.
Must have the preciouses.
Look, let's face it. The cards are more necessary for your little card battles at the beginning and less at the end.
Oh, absolutely. By the end, you have some absolutely busted cards, so...
Oh. Tang stares at the hole left up in the wall by the explosion. I don't understand, she says softly. A slight breeze from the encroaching wilderness ruffles her hair. How could anyone do something like this to their own people? She clenches her fists to their own flesh and blood. I have something. This sounds so awkward to come up to her and be like, hey, I got you something, while she's being introspective like this.
It's like, how could they do this? Hey, I know you're busy, but look at this.
Look at the thing. So should we go out and see if we can just...
Look at this.
Should we go out and see if we can happen upon this?
Yeah, you could. There is still, I think, one more. How many different areas? There's 4.
There's one
different
more,
areas. Yeah. So I feel like you probably want to explore the one you haven't at all yet, because this could be there.
I just have to talk to these two for it.
Yeah.
You head over to the garrison. Oh, it's you again, Red says. Going to try out for hunting party again, are you? Face looks up from where he's cleaning his plasma rifle and scowls at you. Why do we need to kill them? Because they're killing us, Solana. Keep up. He clenches his fist. It's the classic struggle between humanity and nature, he says. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows on Earth. Everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food. Hell, even just for fun. Can't wait to bag a real trophy, Zeno, he chuckles. Framing his hands like a painting on the wall. The first 10 points. 10-point buck on for Timina. I don't wanna. Do I really have to go? I will hunt to go on the. I mean, it is the hunting party. I get it. But
Understandable reluctance. So, do it.
I can't go exploring the new area unless I do it.
See, here's the thing. You're not hunting animals. You're hunting the most dangerous animal of all. A bat.
That's fair. We are looking for death. Rhett nods. Good. I'm glad to hear that, he says, then turns to Vase. But first I need to make sure you know the basics. Vase, bring out the Vricky. No!
You've been fighting and defending the walls for a while now. I have a feeling you've shot many a thing like this.
I know, but it's so cute. Vase goes over to a tent and brings out the Vricky on a long chain. It's sprightly and bright-eyed, some might even say cute, and come up to nearly up to your waist. Vase looks proud of his duty as monster bearer. I have one. Caught this one myself, Rhett tells you. I'm adding it to the training zoo, so don't kill it. But feel free to give it a few pokes, then tell me. What are its weaknesses? Its strengths? Okay, good, I don't have to kill it. Oh my god.
Oh, that's easy. You know everything about these things.
I
You
do.
have one as a pet.
I have. It's my baby. I would never hurt the darling. Honestly, the Hopeye facts one is just all over the place. It keeps showing up. That's fine. Oh, on third stage of challenges, we'll keep that. Do I have anything for just draw a card? That's redraw hand, or I can change the suit. Which is something I could do, but I don't want to. There we go. If I need to, I can use logs.
You sure can.
I guess we're using logs, because it drew nothing but none of my reds, and if I redraw at this point, I'll probably lose socks. And I don't wanna. Let's bump up. Actually, I could probably swap those. Okay, right? Yeah, that does a little bit better. I could turn one of these red, and it'd probably make it easier too.
Probably.
Do that. Okay. We're just gonna go through some of these to make it hit it. There we go. No? Not yet? Okay. There. I forced it. I got A kudos from that. You study the creature for a long time. It looks nervous, skittering from side to side and making clicking noises. You throw a stick at it, and it leaps up and grabs it in its mandibles. It angrily tears it in half and then glares at you. You think about your own pet, Squishy. This one is larger and fungus-like, maybe even close to the end of the mobile part of their life cycle. You know that one day all of Ricky's will take root and become nurse trees for the next generation. You rattle off some other facts you've learned from playing with Squishy, and Rhett nods. Good. Let's see if you're as good at hunting these things as you are at identifying them. Come join the hunting squad next month and we'll see how you do in the swamps. Alright. I guess we'll go to the swamps. Animals in combat? Friendship with Vase. I don't really want it. Oh, it
It's like,
tells me how many events. Hey,
Oh, that's useful.
all events have respawned. Oh, wait. Okay. I see.
Icy?
It's telling me that there are no collectibles, so it hasn't refreshed for the month then? What does that mean by collectibles? Interesting. Well, we're going to the swamps. Utopia's still here. You look down at the drone rifle in your hands. This is big leagues. Finally, you're going to get out there and take the fight to the enemy. No messing around out there, Security Chief Rhett says. These animals are dangerous. They want to kill you, probably as much as you want to kill them. Do your job. Your job is to get to them first. Utopia sighs, and by no messing around, he means don't you go taking risks, she says. As head of expedition, she's technically in charge of you in the field, though Red is the one who molded you for this. There'll always be animals out there, but you're a lot harder to replace. And if you take down anything edible, she adds, tag it for reclamation and we can bring it back to the colony. Vase is practically humming with excitement beside you. Rhett pairs you up to head out together, and Vase sighs. I don't need a buddy, he grumbles. No offense, Solana, but you'll only hold me back. Rhett shakes his head. You two are a good match, he insists. I want you to watch each other's backs out there. Stay within transceiver range for each other at all times.
Good match. Like, I can imagine the look of appalled shock on your face when he says this.
You might not always be able to reach the colony or Utopia, but you'll have each other. Never engage the enemy alone. I don't need Vase. Sure. You guess if Security Chief Rhett says you need to have a buddy, Vase isn't a bad choice. He's handy with a rifle, at least. Rhett takes off on his glider and Vase turns to you. You better keep up with me, he sneers. We might be stuck together, but that doesn't mean I need your help. I'm gonna get all the skills, all the kills, and all the kudos, so just let me do all the work and stay out of my way. The Placia swamps are especially dangerous, Utopia says. Something in the air makes the beasties here all kinds of fickle. Could be the storms, but normally docile creatures might more aggressive, she bites her lip. And to be perfectly straight with you, there's some darn scary things out there in the swamps. I don't much love that we're sending you kids out into this literal war zone, Utopia says. I've been to the swamps before, and all this war business. Before all this war business. It's a beautiful place, even if it's real spooky. Hurts my heart to see soldiers tromping all over it. She summons up a smile. But I know teenagers can be as capable as adults when it comes to surveying and hunting, she says. You've got faster reflexes and stronger stamina than a lot of these old codgers. Just try not to take stupid risks out there, okay? Promise your honorary auntie? Vase scoffs. You're not my aunt, he mutters, and I don't need a coward telling me what I'm capable of. Fuck off, Vase.
God, Vase, stop being such an edgy teenager.
Don't run off without him? Well, good luck him keeping up with me without maxed out perception.
You know, that's fair. You will absolutely outrun the shit out of this poor boy.
Collectibles are the items on the ground. Okay, so it didn't refresh at the beginning of the new month. Interesting. Roots!
New area, new roots.
New roots! I see all these animals and I'm just like, I want to go interact with them, but if I go and talk to them, it'll probably have me kill them.
It might.
And I don't wanna.
That's fair.
Huh? Stairs? What? Hey, Manticore. Hey, there's pretty good roots around here. Makes sense that this area would have all of the dinosaur eggs. There's another Manticore. At least those are kind of dangerous. I guess kinda isn't the correct word to use there. They are dangerous.
Quite so.
All these wooden paths. I guess it could be that they've already just come out here and built them to make climbing easier, but it's kind of odd. Hey, this one has an exclamation mark. I don't want it to have an exclamation mark. Because I don't want to kill the cute little critters. I just don't want to. I thought there was another way I could go back here, but maybe not. Maybe I'm great. Nope. I guess we'll go ahead and do this and see what happens. It's getting late, and you and Vase should be heading home soon. Then you spot it. There on the plateau, half a click away, glittering in a beam of blue evening sunlight. A unisaur. You pull out your holocures. This one has a particularly beautiful coloring, a pale bluish white, the last rays of the sunlight shimmering through its rainbow mane and its paws on the ground and sniff the air. You're drawn to its terrible beauty. The question is, when did it last eat? Sure. Try to get closer. Card gets +3. Neat. This is an animal challenge. I mean, there's that if I really want to do that. One slot card gets blue. Alrighty. Okay, let me just... Okay, so it does just redraw what you had in the previous hand. Got it. Got it. Right, +3. +3 really messes up my straights, you know that?
It does indeed.
Oh, right. That's the one that actually has that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's a straight, so... The only other thing I could do is that, and it doesn't really raise it all that much. Okay, no skill challenge. Vase watches you, expecting something to happen. Oh, I can film it? Neat. Oh, and you can capture it if you want to. Huh.
Nice.
You approach very, very slowly, pausing for a few minutes at a time for it to get used to your scent. It takes you almost an hour to work your way up to the plateau, but when you do, the unisaur bows, seeming to accept you. What do you do? Well, we all know I'm not going to kill it. Film it or capture it?
Choices.
Film it. I don't care. You carefully point your holopalm toward the majestic animal and record its shimmering beauty. It watches you curiously. Then as you catch it on film, it lifts its leg slightly and urinates a shimmering rainbow that sparkles in a ray of sunlight. Breathtaking.
It's too
That's
beautiful.
funny. Vase doesn't get it. What the shit are we even here for, he whispers. We're hunters, not recording a nature doc. He noisily cocks his rifle and the moment's broken. The unisaur flees before he can get a shot off. You're glad. I'll take it. Manticore. Yeah, Vase definitely does not want me as a partner. Oh, hey, mushwood. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any other areas, which I probably did, because I got there pretty quickly. There's another unisaur. Another one back there. Oh, maybe I did cover everything. I'm sure you can get a lot of stuff from hunting and probably food for the, this seems really specific.
This is probably a good way to get like food for the settlement and
Yeah.
other stuff.
Too bad you can't do this before you get your mom. Or before your mom dies. Make me sad. I'm sure there's a way to save her.
There is, probably.
You're creeping through the forest when Vase holds up his fist to signal you to stop. He points his eyes and then looks through a stand of underbrush to a ballnail? Ballnail? I'm assuming that's a creature, sitting in the middle of the shallow bog. As you're watching, the enormous semi-aquatic Xeno slowly dips his head and skims the top of the bog, filtering the murky water through its baleen or spurting the rest from its blowhole. So it's like a whale. But they're peaceful! Drive it into the sticky muck sand? Interesting. Refuse to hurt it. This will be an easy one. Oh god. I wonder why this is a perception challenge.
Why indeed?
I think that's a base value of 2. I don't have anything else that's less. I'm sure Vase will never want me on his hunting party ever again.
Perhaps. We shall see.
That works. I need those perception points. You harass the ball nail, slowly forcing it into the muck sand pit where it gets stuck. From there, it's easy pickings to dispatch the slow, peaceful creature. It groans and sinks into the muck. Aww. I don't want friendship with you. Stop it.
I won't be your friend. You suck.
They're inedible, but their skin could potentially be used as building material, and their blubber could maybe be burned as fuel source. But it'd be incredibly gross to harvest. Plus, all of this it's all stuck in the mud. Do you try? I mean, it's dead, so it's kind of a waste otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta use everything you kill. I mean, come on.
Felling a giant. -3 to cards with higher values. No sense in killing an animal without using its body for something, which is more easily said than done. Vase leaves you to do it alone, saying he has important work to do elsewhere. Of course he does. Hey, I get money for it, though. 5 hours later, you're exhausted and covered head to toe in mud and toxic ball meal blubber. The smell is unbelievable. You load it into a hover sled and drag it back to the colony. Utopia is disgusted by the revolting bounty, but gives you some kudos for your work. Maybe the construction crew will have some idea what to do with 10 yards of ball nail skin. Yeah, maybe Rex will get some use out of it.
Yeah.
Dang it. I was hoping because it wasn't an animal standing there, it wouldn't be something like that, but nah.
Nope.
Alright, I'm done being here. I don't like this place. I would enjoy this place more if I didn't have to be here with Vase.
Yeah. And so long as you've hit all the exclamation mark ones, you should be fine now.
Yeah, there was only the one.
Yeah.
Which was also to kill something, so.
Of course.
Ugh. I got points in combat! I didn't take the pet? What do you mean?
Your equipment item.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I forgot about it. Well, I didn't forget about it. Whenever I swapped to this, it took Ricky off.
Which was unfortunate.
The pet Unisaur? No, it would replace my Ricky. Or at least I assume it would replace my Ricky.
It would. I mean, you might be able to place 2 at a time.
I'm just assuming the game would not have like an entire zoo following me.
I mean, that is fair to assume, I suppose.
I do have more roots to give to Tangent once it allows me to give her more stuff. I'm sorry, I have nothing I can pull you away with. Okay. At this point, I'm just kind of seeing if I can find this. 10 events remaining. There is a new boss event in the Ridge, of course. But there's no collectibles. All events have respawned. All events have respawned. I don't know. For some reason, so in our dream where we found Dis's cottage, the scenery in the background looked like the same scenery as when we used to explore outside of the colony, right? When we were kids. So I'm very curious if he's not even living that far away, but surely if he was, the surveyors would have already found him.
Yeah, you'd think so anyway.
And I could be, I don't know, probably wasting time doing this. But I'm curious. I guess I could have saved before I started doing all this and gotten my answer.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay, you can have a zoo following you.
Oh, they don't replace each other. Information for next run.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I've been playing as if because I didn't want to risk losing my Ricky. So I was like, oh, you just kind of popped up out of the bushes. How did you do that? Interesting that they went that route with it, though, that you could just have a zoo following you. But here's the real question. Can I get a pet manticore? Because we all know that's what I want. We spotted a juvenile squeezer queen all on her lonesome. She's still mobile, but she's moving very slowly, digging around in the dirt here and there, licking the ground, possibly looking for a place to take root and live out the rest of her life. This might be an opportunity to capture a living hive. Maybe you could convince it to take root in one of the barns in the colony, giving the colony a source of honey without so much dangerous foraging. It's acid if you get too close, and they have a nasty, powerful beak. No wonder no one's managed to catch one. Trick it, or just pick it up. Both of these are considered easy for me. What do you mean, trick it? I mean, technically the toughness challenge would give me actual stats out of it, so let's just do that. It still forces it back down. That's funny. Bonus to straights? Well, the cards have to kind of cooperate. I lose a kudos for that, but whatever. I'd like to get it higher if I could. Didn't change much. +1 toughness. Oh god, that skyrocketed. I have 99, guys. That whole -1 stress.
Whoa.
You call in a hover bike and hoist it up onto a sled. The squeeger hive groans and clenches its sides. From all of its holes comes a fine mist of acid. It's noxious and awful, overloading your mask filter and making your eyes sting. It eats through one of your gloves and you have to rip it off quickly, lest you lose some fingers. You're really wondering if this thing should be brought inside the colony, but you can almost taste the sweet honey. That'll be your reward. Once it's expelled, the mist, it'll take a few hours to recharge. In that time, you make it back to the checkpoint. More kudos!
Yeah.
I already did this one. Oh well, it's a 6. Not a bad one to have. Your dad meets you at the gates to receive the queen. Your Majesty, he jokes, bowing deeply. I'll make sure she gets settled in, he says to you. Come by and visit her anytime you want. Yeah, we're gonna keep exploring. I'm too worn out. No! Oh, because it does the tick at the end.
Yep.
I thought I had actually accounted for that, but whatever. It's fine. I guess we have to actually relax this month.
Just a little bit.
I don't think we can give Tangent another gift. Nope. I do need to be careful about her birthday. She is 18.
Yes.
18. When that turns into a 19. Birthday. We have to relax. I guess we can go see the Hive Queen. Relax in the park. Spend some time this month cleaning up around your mom's memorial and clearing away the weeds. You know she's not really here, but it feels like she'd approve somehow. Aw, one of my cards with this. Sorry, I was just looking at all the characters here.
So many.
We'll probably keep that. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, new month. I know that her birthday is at least in wet. Mars's is the first month. I think Tangent's was going to be either the second or third. And I think I have... Oh, I have a few routes now. $78. Well, at least get her past 80. Could spend time with her. I guess I could also do one last expedition to see if we can find where this is. At this point, I'm kind of thinking we're not going to, though. And I kind of wouldn't mind spending some of my remaining time doing, finding out more stuff about the ruins, don't you think?
Yeah.
I know I could have done a lot of things better in this run, but I feel like the first run has just made me go, oh, I can focus on this next time, or this, or figure all this out, Kind of get you aligned with what you want to figure out in the game, or try. Okie dokie. We either try and make friends with Tangent, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get 5 more points, plus... I think we do get a little bit of a bonus sometimes, depending on our answers during those things.
Yeah, potentially.
But we're also already pretty close to when I have to stop, and I'm trying to wrap up this one. Even if we do start another game so I can play it through better next time, I need to get to the end. I want to see what happens. Okay. We're leaning into lore. I've decided.
I've decided to forego romance in the interest of lore.
In the interest of lore. No, I will still try and give Tangent her stuff on her birthday. And then I'll just do better
That
on
counts as lore.
That counts for lore?
Yeah.
I want to see the bus. Show me the new bus. I will defeat it all the same. Collectibles still haven't respawned here, which is interesting. That's fine. I'm on a mission. Oh, there's one here. Interesting. You've been saved a few times from certain doom, or at least discomfort, and it can't have been a coincidence. Something or someone has taken an interest in you. You're being followed. You're beginning to get a feel for this place and its dangers, so the next time you hear a mournful hoot of a passing air squid, you head towards it instead of away. Keep an eye out for anyone watching you from the cliffs. Ooh. Interesting. There. Just as you think you're going to grab its tentacles and fly it like a kite to get your savior to show up, you see a shadowy humanoid figure appear over a nearby ridge. You make contact and both freeze. His almond-shaped eyes widen in his not quite human face, and he slips out of sight again. Track him carefully. We're gonna find him. We've got sight. We're looking.
Yeah.
Rather than rush after him, you use your tracking skills to carefully follow his path and sneak up on him. You pounce like a manicore, and the two of you tumble to the ground. You pin his arms. Hi? Who are you?
Fabulous, man.
You get a good look at his face for the first time. The long, delicate features, the odd tone of his skin, almost purple, and his glittering alien eyes. Before he can answer your question, you jump off him and back away. Ooh, what is he? Hello? Are you... Why is that one grayed out now? You're not even on my list. Who are you? Sim, you're freaking related. What? What?
Huh.
He brushes the dirt from his clothes and stands up tall. Very tall. You have to take another step to get a good look at him. You catch a glimpse of a pale purple wrist under his tattered black sleeves, delicate like a bird's bones. I am a gardener, he purrs, and you're trespassing on my planet. Now that you can see all of him, you confirm he's definitely not human. Besides the purple tint in his skin, he's also just constructed differently. Human, but not, and taking a whole lot of those little descriptive. Wait. Hang on. Am I messing up this sentence? Taken as a whole, those little. I feel like there needed to be a comma there. Okay. Those little discrepancies add up to something that is decidedly alien. You're an alien! Technically, Solana. We are the aliens.
Yes, technically.
He laughs, a light and infectious chuckle that sounds more animal than human. It goes on for a bit too long. You think he might just be poking fun at you. Actually, you're the alien here. Yeah, my point. And if you think about it, you're the alien here. If you think about it, you do think about it. He's right. He jumps onto a large rock and crouches, eyeing you thoughtfully. Let's make a deal, he says. He speaks with an odd inflection, putting the wrong stress on things, but the words themselves come easily enough to him. I'm not supposed to talk to you, he says. It's against the rules, but since you caught me, I can grant you one wish. He smiles mischievously. Is this a joke? I wish to know more about you. I wish for 1,000 kudos. I wish you'd stop laughing. I want to know more about you. Tell me. He gives you a sly look. In time, Solana. I hope. He pauses, and his eyes unfocus for a moment. He stares straight ahead, unblinking. Then he slowly stretches like a cat and stands up. Well, this has been fun, but I'm afraid duty calls. He doffs an invisible hat towards you. My name is, Symbiosis? By the way, or Sim, if you like.
Symbiosis.
Symbiosis. He jumps behind the rock and disappears. Literally, he disappeared. You search all around and can find no trace of where he might have gone or how. Stars, you just met an alien! Well, that was fun. Is he seriously not in this list? Or did he get added? He got added. Okay, he's right there. Okay.
Surprise!
That was the last one. Okay. Okay. Hi. Oh, you're just chilling over there now. Hi. What are you doing?
It's like, hello.
You're walking up a trail when you're caught by surprise. It's Sim, and he's running. You're knocked to the side as he pushes past you, running to the opposite direction with barely a glance. You shout and chase after him, but after a few seconds, it becomes clear that you don't have a hope of finding Sim when he doesn't want to be found. You turn and continue along the path, and around the next bend, you spot a familiar face. Utopia! She's collecting rock samples with a pickaxe like an old-timey prospector. Who the hell was that? She demands. I didn't see anyone. My friend? Oh, just an alien named Sim. I love the chill response for that.
It's like, oh yeah, it's this guy. I know him.
I'm tempted for this one or this one. Utopia's a cool person. I don't think she'd get too uppity about it.
She wouldn't. Yeah. God knows the main man sure would.
One of your school friends, Utopia says, wiping the back of her hand across her forehead. You kids sure sprout fast, or does Dis have an older brother I don't know about? Oh, she didn't. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. She hikes her pickaxe off her shoulder. Whatever, just watch where you're running, okay? The gravel's loose around here. You agree, happy to be out of this conversation without any trouble, and continue on along the path before Utopia asks any more questions. You walk for a couple of minutes before you see Sim again. He seems to be in good humor despite the close call. Oh, he says, leaning against the tree. Is it tiresome to be so secretive? He wipes his eyes, brimming with mirth. It's such a pleasure to be around you and Dis, and not to have to hide myself. Okay, so, assumingly, whoa, why did you jump up that much? I mean, I guess you do probably meet him late game, so he probably gets bonuses, but wow.
Huh. That, or it depends on the actions you take. Like, if you had said, like, who, or if you had just straight up said, oh yeah, there's an alien kind of thing. Instead, you're just like, oh no, it's just my friend. Which is the truth, while also slightly misdirecting.
He sobers quickly. I do appreciate your discretion.
Ah, okay.
Okay, yeah. He says, it's not the right time for the gardeners to be formally introduced. To do so too early would cause a great degree of chaos. Yes, even the female surveyor, he continued. I do like her, but I have learned my limited experience with your kind, that adults of your species do not react well to surprises. Fair. It's good to see you're here, though, Sim continues, as I do need something from you. Data. What? Sim holds up his hands. Please do not be alarmed, he says, placatingly. I do not mean sensitive information such as personnel, and defenses. I mean only the contents of your digital culture archive. Like holovids? Tim smiles. Yes, exactly. Your holographic recordings of movies, music, books. Cultural artifacts only. I promise. Why? Well...
What are these animes you speak
I
of?
wish to know about the anime. Anime. You can find him super early. You're kind of speedrunning his story. That's great. He struggles for the right phrasing. I wish to learn how to act in such a way that is not so discomforting. I'm assuming discomforting to humans. I don't believe it. Sure. Sim's gentle smile grows warmer. Truly, he asks, clasping his hand. Oh, I thought it would take a great deal more convincing. You are surprising. It's such a pleasure. You tell Sim that you likely find a mem drive in the engineering and fill it with the data he wants. Do you have a few questions of your own? That's fair, Sim says. Must be frustrating to feel as though the truth is being withheld from you. Ignorance is not a yoke your kind bears easily. Please trust me when I say that my inability to answer your questions is born of circumstances beyond my control and not a lack of desire on my part, he continued. I have full faith that you will know everything soon enough. All right, Sam. Great meeting you. I was very surprised. Entertaining. Love it. Discomforting is a word? Okay. This game loves using words I've never heard. And here's another exclamation mark for plot. Give me the plot. You're exploring the ruined wormhole observatory again. It feels so familiar? You've dreamed about this place many times, and it's like you're remembering it all now. This time, the dream memory grips you, and you wander as if sleepwalking down familiar paths. You look up to see the wormhole faint in the sky above. The time is right to observe it. You can concentrate on finding the place. You approach the large pyramid in the center of the complex. Beside it is one of the smaller elevators. A little monolith with a round iris door. This is the place. Your head throbs with even standing outside, you know there's something down there. Let's find a way in. You look for one of those elevator monoliths near the pyramid and find it, but it's overgrown with snake vines and brambles, with very large flowers all over. You could push through them, but your holopon beeps and you run a scan on one of the flowers to confirm, radioactive, highly so. That's a lot of stress. You soon realize your mistake as the radiation illness sets in. Brushing by those flowers give you a big dose. You'll be sick for days and need radiation treatment when you return, but for now, you continue, drawn irresistibly forward by something that sings in your head. You enter the elevator, thankfully still working, and descending beneath the ground. It opens a kind of antechamber room with an exit on the other end, leading to the heart of the pyramid. There are glyphs carved into the crystal panels on the wall, symbols that resemble the wormhole. Dang! We are just going through all of our stress.
No kidding.
You start across the room. The further you go, the more your head swims. You have to pause. You think you might faint, and it isn't just radiation. There's something down here. Some great energy, and it's making your head hurt. You shake your head, trying to clear it. Wait, maybe this is a bad idea. Keep going. The fog slowly clears from your eyes. Your head still hurts, but you think you can think again. Keep going. Ooh! Past the antechamber is a long hallway sloping down. Things around you are starting to look kind of weird, like two slightly different realities overlapping. You're hit with a strong wave of dizziness and nausea. Things seem to be moving in slow motion, but also far too fast. You lean over and you can either tough it
This is
out.
testing a lot of stats.
Yeah. You keep going. At the bottom of the hallway are more crystal panels on the wall. Many faucets broken. Or are they whole? The walls crumble and root creep over everything, but also they don't. Every time you blink, the room seems to flip and swim between the two realities. All the same, you feel absolutely compelled to continue. What's with this place? There's a round iris door at the end of the hallway. Are you sure you want to go any further? One more room! Ooh. You pass through the doorway into a large square chamber with sloping ceiling. Your sense of this place, the vibration, is telling you this must be directly under the big pyramid on the surface. The floor and even the air here are thrums with vibrating energy. The room is empty except for a raised platform in the middle, which looks enticingly like a bed, which is convenient because you are definitely going to faint this time. You collapse onto the platform and are overcome by a spectacular migraine headache. It feels like your head is going to explode. Either endure the pain or focus on the pain.
Well, either way, got this under control.
And of course, I draw nothing but my red cards. Game, you are really messing with me.
You'll live. I hope.
Well, it's a strength challenge now, guys. There they are. Jeez.
It's fine.
1 point of reasoning. Whoa, what the heck? +1 bravery, 1 empathy, 1 reasoning. 3 engineering. Holy cow. It just kept
You
going.
got stats.
I got stats. You slip into some kind of waking dream, layers upon layers of visions. This is your lover, or Mars, or Tammy. You're a boy and a girl, or both, and neither, young and old, a farmer, a hunter, a politician. You're dead and you're alive, and you've never been born. Time unravels before you, an infinite tapestry crumbling wherever you look. It's all very weird. You see the web of possibilities and understanding what time truly is. It's all happening at once, and none of it will ever happen. At once, and none of it. It's only a sheer chance that any one possibility comes into existence. Not any intrinsic truth of the universe of fate. It's just a glimpse, probably over a second, but a glimpse of eternity you can hardly fathom. Then you can see the wormhole, enormous in a starry sky. You look down to see yourself on a plateau, gazing up at it. You recognize the place, a gnarlwood bluff not far from the colony, alive with the phosphorescence of glow season. This you seems expectant, as if waiting for something momentous to arrive, something that will change everything. The vision is crystal clear and you feel in control in a way you haven't since you started seeing these visions. You know you must go there. All right. Ow, my head. Hey, less stress, thank you. You wake up feeling refreshed, your headache is gone. You're still a little dizzy, but the room has stopped spinning and has returned to one singular reality again. The vibrations have stilled. You have nobody to share this freaky event with. Will Utopia and the others even believe you? You feel like you've just had some kind of mega prophecy, but it's too much all at once and too hard to understand. Could the convergent domain handle this kind of information? Could they remember past lives like you? Is that what this room is? This observatory was meant for? The only thing you remember clearly from the visions is the image of yourself during glow season, standing at the top of that gnarlwood bluff just outside the colony, waiting for something. Oh. That's cool.
Ah, good old 4-dimensional topographical space.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're going to be talking. Governor Lum enters the colony square to his customary bombastic fanfare. Brass band, red carpet, banners with Holopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's a bit much. The governor gets his usual tithe of applause from the die-hard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in the service of this to his war. Go for second engineer? I mean, I could. We're not far from it. You catch Mars' attention, and she rolls her eyes and makes a gagging motion. Cal looks sullen and withdrawn, refusing, along with the rest of Geoponics, to give Lum any applause. The governor raises his hands for silence, though it's largely unnecessary. Pioneers of Vertumina, he begins. We stand here today, not shivering or quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck. He makes a ringing gesture of the planet herself. Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cries, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun, like the ones we left behind on Earth. Watch and delight. I'm excited for her to do this. She turns to the council. Why are you just sitting there? Come on, aren't you going to do anything? The council looked at each other. Rhett seemed unmoved, and Utopia shrinks into herself, holding her hand to her chest. Aunt Anne looks concerned but fearful of Lum. Instance is grim, and Seek just waits to see what happens. Only your dad looks enthusiastic, but he's no politician. He keeps quiet. Lum gestures sharply to his guards, and Mars is seized and taken out of sight. Can I help her? In the uncomfortable silence that follows, the governor strides to the front of the stage and looks down on the crowd. As I was saying, you can trust me to lead this colony and humanity to a new era, he says. An era of peace and prosperity, where we no longer need to fear the creatures that come out at night. He raises his fist to the sky. This planet is rich, he cries. It is the earth we were promised, unscarred by the mistakes of our forefathers. Here we will become what humanity has always strived to become, caretakers of a new garden, children of a new earth. People cheer, spurred on by Lum's display of dominance. Lum looks upon the crowd with pride. Pioneers, we're so close, he says. Soon this planet will be ours, and all her riches and wonders with it. But first, he continues, we need to adapt to the harsh realities of our current world. He gestures at the council. I know you all love your council, but it's time we thought about the future. We need to guard the colony leadership. He says this with some disdain. Against sudden upheavals, death, imprisonments, and the like. I've decided to instate a second position for each seat on the council, he announces. Lem explains that every council member will take an official second in command. Seconds will be trained in the running of the department and be ready to take over the department should the worst happen during an attack. The council looks concerned. Is this how Lum begins to cycle out the colonial government with a veneer of legitimacy? Applicants must have spent a minimum amount of time in that department and will be judged by the council based off their relevant skills, though Lum will likely argue hard for his Helio appointee. You scribble your name on the ballot for? Security officer, second engineer. Oh. Go for second engineer. Oh, okay. Imprisonments, just go full fascist. Hey, Pi, how's it going? Sure, we'll go second engineer. Let's go. You've come forward to be added to the ballot. Tangent watches you with a wary expression as she adds her own name. Engineering has been a mess since Professor Hal died. Maybe this'll help. The council discusses all the nominees at length, then you win. Your holopalm shines as congruence updates your clearance and gives you access to all the schematics for the ship and her systems. Dang. When voting is concluded, Seek announces the names of those newly appointed second. The crowd cheers for you when Seek reads out your name as second engineer. You don't recognize the Helio appointed second administrator. Must be one of Lum's people. Vase is appointed as second security officer under Rhett. He gives a little speech essentially congratulating himself and promising to single-handedly win the war. Cal is chosen to be second cultivator. He looks a little overwhelmed. Your dad must have put his name in. The steward of the Heliopause joins Auntie Anne as her much-needed second steward. There's a lot of babies in the colony now, and someone has to help take care of them. A Helio soldier you don't recognize is appointed as Utopia's second, much to her dismay. After the potlucking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast tables and eventually the dance floor. The sun sets on the long day and the heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. After the festivities, it's straight back to work as usual. Everyone complains. You usually get at least a few days off after Vertiminalia. But Lum reminds the colony that it's only a few short months before the next attack. Your dreams begin to increase in intensity as the wormhole draws closer to the planet, filled with terrifying and confusing visions. A feeling of urgency dogs your steps, like you're running out of time.
Ominous.
For sure, for sure. Aye. Honestly, out of all the decisions Lum has made, that one was probably the most reasonable.
Yeah, like he's obviously doing it for political power and reasons,
But having a backup person whenever one goes down is kind of just essential.
Yeah, so it's like, we know he's doing it for bullshit reasons, but it will genuinely help the colony out, so it's like, okay, for once you did something nice, but like, I'm not going to expect like you're going to do this often.
I believe Fido is addressing you in chat.
Well, probably. Also, tacos are not enough to lure me away. How cheap do you think I am?
3 collectibles remaining in the valley. New boss event spawned, so we can do more in the ridge. Seems like this is the only one. I assume all boss events are now just Sim.
Probably. Yeah, see, you had to lead with those next time. That's how you get it.
Are you really saying you ditched me for Pop-Tarts?
No, but if he had both Pop-Tarts and tacos, now, then it'd be worth considering.
Let's see. Okay, well, at this point, I'm just kind of doing the surveying here. Our engineering will probably max out just from doing this kind of stuff.
Probably.
I do kind of wish I could spend more time with Tangent just so, but I just don't think I can get it up there. I don't know. I think it's only 1 point at a time unless you actually just pick the right answers, and I don't think you're guaranteed to get those choices. It's so close. I'll get... I'm choosing either Tangent or Lore. Sorry, Tangent. Lore. Okay. Let's go do the next boss one, which are apparently we might just be making friends with Sim. I know during Glow I need to go to that spot it was telling me about. I guess I should make sure there's no more exclamation marks popping up elsewhere. Since I've been doing a lot of exploring during the stream, I've been taking a lot longer to finish this year.
Yes, that is the trade-off.
So we might have to end up speeding things up, but we'll see. Stream today will probably go a little longer. Lord Birch, how long? I'm trying to think if I should try and finish it today, or if we've got enough, if there's enough remaining after getting through the year to do another stream. I kind of assumed it wouldn't be, but it might be a lot of dialogue. I don't know. Who knows? I might just slide into another playthrough. Who knows? And now he's at 4. For once you see Sim before he sees you. He's crouched just off the path, staring at a flower. His face blank. He doesn't react as you approach. You watch him for a while. He's so perfectly motionless. You'd think he was a plant too. His eyes are unfocused. Is he accessing some kind of mental interface? Eventually you clear your throat. Sim carefully stands up and turns to face you. For a moment, you're not sure if he recognizes you, then he tosses his head and grins, and a grin leaps to his face. Alana, you caught me checking in with the boss. Your boss is that flower? Sim smiles. No, of course not. That flower is my great aunt. You look at the flower. It's part of a dense vine that fills much of this end of the valley. You're not sure whether he's joking this time. My boss.
Maybe.
As I told you, they aren't fond of change, he replies. They're also very much like your boss. What's she named? Utopia? He tilts his head to the side. Her name word is fitting, isn't it? He lays one finger against his chin. I appreciate that she always reminds you not to get yourself killed. I wish you'd listen to her. I can take care of myself. Sim replies, his eyebrows arched eloquently. I'm not sure you realize just how many times I've had to help you with that. If the boss finds out I'm talking to you, I'd be in big trouble, so shh, he murmurs, putting his fingers to his lips. Then why keep talking to me? Sim smiles warmly. Because you're the girl of my dreams. Literally, he replies. I can't seem to stay away from you. And because you humans are different, he continues, I'm so bored of everyone else on this planet. The other gardeners, my boss, they all have everything on Vertumina just by the way they like it. They have everything on Vertumina just the way they like it. And don't want the teensiest thing to change. He sighs. It's boring. See that tree? Sim points to a large tree with many long limbs dripping from it and embedded in the ground. That tree was a small creature for part of its life cycle. You call it a Vriki. Once it plants its roots, that's where it stays for the rest of its life. The gardeners spend time as trees too, sometimes hundreds of years. If you do that enough, you start to think like a tree, set in your ways. He spreads his hands, an earnest expression on his face. When I watch you, when I talk to you and learn about your species, I feel inspired. I feel young again. How old are you? I like to think I'm young at heart, he replies with a mischievous smile. Mischievous. You have so many more questions for this man, or gardener, or whatever he is, but as soon as you open your mouth to ask another, Sim cocks his head as if listening and holds up a hand. I'm sorry, he says, looking for all the world like he's listening to the dang flower, but I must away. And with that, he's gone, off to protect the wilds or rescue damsels or whatever. Or maybe he's just avoiding your question. You're not away, you're right there.
I must away. Goodbye.
If you do simple events, you can finish in a half an hour. If you keep exploring outside the colony, it'll take a while. Just do stuff in the colony, it'll go by fast. I'm talking about after the end of the year, but yeah. I get what you're saying. But the lore!
The lore.
My little Ricky following me around, he's so cute. Is there an event over here? It must not be him if I already just talked to him. Oh, we can just interact with this thing again. You're back in the Wormhole Observatory just to poke around. Who knows what you might find. Explore at random. You bravely try all the elevators. Some are broken. One gets stuck for an hour and you think you're gonna die in there. Then it chugs to life. Then you find the orrery. A beautiful room under one of the smaller pyramids. The light from your holopalm glimmers off the crystals in rainbow colors, dotting the walls and ceiling in familiar constellations. There's one huge crystal plate embedded in the wall, engraved with deep glyphs. The convergent domain writing. You guess in some kind of map? In the center is clearly a representation of the wormhole. Lines extend from the wormhole and other points of the map, and many more glyphs you can't read. The crystal is cut up into shards like it can move around, but it's still dark and it probably has been for thousands of years. You run your hand around the panel looking for a way to turn it on. Your hand encounters a slot. Upon further inspection, it seems to match one of the artifacts you picked up in your survey. You slot the glowing pick device into the slot. The crystal panes on the wall come to life and the glyph on them glowing. They start to move in an unnervingly organic way, like melting into water and sliding over the surface, rearranging themselves. It's not just writing, the very surface of the panel raises and lowers like braille. The glyphs pulse and glow the same swirly purple-pink as the glowing device, which you realize must be a power source. A convergent domain battery. Engineering! Like an orrery? For the wormhole? This must be one of the best preserved bits of convergent domain technology you found yet, and an excellent sample of their writing. You're starting to piece together the glyphs of the converger's language. You can recognize the symbols for Vertumina, the wormhole, the converger, and a basic verb like being and going, and the one that seems to mean bending or twisting that is used all over the place. It starts to get easier. You think your brief connection to the array must have left some of the converger's language in your subconscious. Hey, I got kudos. It's all so much to take in, and it's getting late. Better bring all your recordings back to Congruence and let the rest of the archaeology team crunch away at it for a bit. They'll be thrilled. Oh. The lore!
Yes.
Is there a way just to leave? Because it didn't give me the option just to leave that time. Oh, so this way. No. Maybe not. I'm trying not to go through and stress myself out too much. That way I can still do stuff. And I know I'm kind of just racing through things right now. I will find my way around somehow. I got lost, apparently. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. Yeah, the wormhole's definitely doing something funky.
Definitely doing something funky.
Okay, I thought that might be an exclamation mark. I don't know why. It was just blinking like it was important. The thing is so far from the way we leave. Okay. Let's go home. Yeah, I know. It ends it. We're going. I'm kind of speed running the lore.
You gotta have to. You don't have much time left.
I don't know how long I've had that place. I feel like I got it fairly recently, though. Hey, look, engineering's at 100. We did it.
You had access to the ridge shortly before the gun crazy people showed up. And then the gun crazy people kind of distracted you from exploring it for a while.
The Helio?
Yeah, it's been around for a bit. That
Oh my
ridge has.
god, I could have done this so long ago. No!
Yeah.
It's okay.
But you kind of got distracted by other skills and by, well, Lum being a jackass.
Yep. Library, look up the walls. Huh. Thing is facing a writer's block of sorts. Oh yeah, I guess I can do that. Then asked for you to download, asked you for data on human culture, television shows, music, books, things like that. You have unlimited access to Congruence's media archives through your HoloPalm, but for Sim it'll be a little more complicated. You'll need to find a physical storage unit with enough memory to contain a chunk of the Holo archives. The robot workshop would be a good place to look. You sneak in, nobody's around. Good. You rummage around until you find what looks like a portable holo unit in a drawer and find a port in the wall to plug it into. An interface pops up with options to copy data onto the tiny drive. Perfect. You start by carefully copying your very favorite vids and games, and then realize there's a shit ton of more in this room on this tiny device. You sweep in several thousand more vids as well as the entire contents of the school's Learningpedia. As you slip the unit into your pocket, Congruent's console above you suddenly flickers and lights up. Congruent seems amused. She doesn't sound an alarm, although you know you shouldn't have been in here, but asks in a neutral voice, "What are you doing in here, Solana?" I needed this holo unit for school. You casually take it back out of your pocket and present it to her. You tell her Professor Instance told you to come get one and put some data on it. You're studying old Earth media and humanity. Congruence actually believes you, and you think, it's hard to tell since she has complete control over her facial expressions. As you leave, you realize the hole in your story. Why would you need it on a physical drive instead of just watching it on your HoloPalm? Congruence must have seen through your ruse, but deemed it harmless. Well, at least you're done. Oh, we got that. We got the thing we needed. We have been playing around with our own alien friend. What's going on in the ridge? It does not say a new boss respawned. So, we'll wait 1 month. And instead, let's actually do something over here.
Look around somewhere else.
Creativity and persuasion. Those are stats I have not maxed out yet.
This is true.
Biology's maxed out. So many maxed out ones. Let's do creativity and persuasion. It still gets us point with tangent. It's time for your end-of-term humanities project. You, Tang, and Mars are all excited to finish this project, showing everything you've learned in this subject so far. Congruence helps you come up with your project idea. Pretend your student is 500 years from now, and you're learning about the first colony on Vertumina. What sources of information would you be reading, watching, or listening to in order to learn about life back then? Create one of these artifacts for future students of the humanities. We should write a textbook, Tang says during your brainstorming session. The more we show we've learned, the more we'll likely pass the class. All we have to do is make sure everything is in there, and we're done. Mars rolls her eyes. That's so boring, Tang, she whines, putting her head on Tang's shoulder. Who wants to write the literal book? We should do something funny and stylish, like, ooh, we can make a music video. Tang looks horrified. We are not making a music video, she says, grimacing. Surely we can meet somewhere in the middle. Mars turns her head so she can kiss Tang on the cheek. The bridge of Tang's nose goes pink as her eyes dart to you nervously. Every band needs a bass player, Mars croons. Oh, or a key artist. A guitarist. Guitarist, yeah. Guitar. Tang shudders with her whole body, dislodging Mars, who giggles and relents. Okay, Mars says. Let's be serious here. Tang's right. We have to do something that proves we learned everything about this subject, and that's worth knowing. Mars is right too, Tang admits. There's no shame in relying on her charisma. You mean my good looks? Mars asks, flipping her hair over her shoulder. Tang looks at her hollow palm and smiles. Surely, what's better than gals being pals? In the end, you agree to record a news segment about the colony's war on nature. What spin are you giving your news report? They're all hard.
Rebel cry.
A rebel's cry. Call to action, defend the colony, just the facts. I feel like just the facts.
It's one of those things where just the facts is neutral. Rebel cry obviously gives you rebellion points, and call to action obviously gives you loyalty points.
But one of them probably would get you points with Mars as well. Probably the rebel cry, because she's not on the same side as Lum. I feel like just the facts are my tangent points, if there are any.
Well, yeah. That's because Tangent is literally true neutral with the colony's reputation, if I remember right. She's just like, I don't care. Science, man.
Yep, true neutral. Actually, what is Mars actually? Oh, it doesn't show me hers.
You are not good enough friends with her to know.
Apparently not. Okay, let's just do just the fact. It's hard. I guess I'll hang on to surprise party. And then it gives me all of my freaking... Frickety frick. $99. We've almost got some yellow. Can work with this. As well as do that. That's gonna be a lot to cover though. +3 bonus to straight. Don't know if I'll have a straight. Somewhat of a straight. That changes it ever so slightly, and I don't know why.
Because
the wild cards have always confused me beyond belief, but that's fine. We win. Hey, and I got 3 stars on it.
Nice.
Hey, we got friendship with both of them. The Vertumina news report. Oh, and you just get kudos for having that, for doing that one. Cool. You, Tang, and Mars pour everything you have into your final project. It's a hit. You even post it on the colony message board and get tons of comments and even a few kudos. It's gratifying to know something you've written is being enjoyed by the people you love. This is why old Earth poets wrote so much? Oh. Congruence's hollow projection smiles at you. Congratulations, you 3. As an Earth poet once said, if you don't know where you've come from, you don't know where you're going. She invites you to come audit the class whenever you'd like. Increase rewards for studying humanity. Cool.
Neat.
Extra point with tangent. Yeah.
Yeah, really
She wishes
point.
to speak. Did we pass 80? We passed 80. It's also wet. She's still 18. Oh, you teleported. You spot Tang ahead behind the engineering wing and follow, only to find she's disappeared. Then you look up and see an access ladder leading to the maintenance platform by the engine turbines, long silent and starting to rust. You climb up the platform. Tang's there, lying on her back and staring at the sky. A hatch beside her leads back into engineering. That must be how she knows about this place. She doesn't acknowledge you until you're almost standing over her, your shadow fighting for the overcast light. She blinks with the sluggish of someone who's only just remembered it's a necessity, and licks her lips before she speaks. Do they need me in there? You shake your head and Tang doesn't sigh in relief. Exactly. Through her eyes slip close again. Good, she murmurs. It's all too much right now, I thought. Her mouth twitches. I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I'm doing up here. What's going on? Tang huffs a small laugh and folds her hands over her stomach. You know, I think I may be burned out or depressed. In Earth movies, depressed teenagers would sneak out into rooftops, she says. I confess, I don't think I see the appeal. Maybe it would be better if I had alcohol or cigarettes.
Tangent, I'm just gonna put this out there. You may be sad that your brother is missing. Maybe.
I feel like this is a scene you get regardless, maybe? I don't know. She shakes her head. Blanking out your mind with substances is what my mom used to do, not me. I don't know how the siblings never seem to get along well. I don't know. They had their own situations going on. She might actually just be burned out. She works a shit ton.
She really do.
Literally every discussion we have with her is something about work. I don't know. Could be her brother. Could be a lot of things. Could be everything all at once. Sometimes it builds up. Anyway. Tang's nose crinkles. Wait, you can't seriously mean, she says, then laughs. Maybe another time. I appreciate the thought, but I can't imagine romantic entanglements right now, not with everything going on. What if I'm not looking for romance? An interesting proposal, Tang says, thoughtfully. Did you get the idea from the rumors about me and Mars? Tang sits up and slips her coat off her shoulders. Orgasms releases endorphins and can provide temporary relief from the symptoms of depression, she says, and then tips her head at you with a cheeky smile. Not to put any pressure on you to perform, of course, simply put. I could use the distraction. Tang extends her hands to you and pulls you to you. What? What are you laughing?
She's just so like, yeah, sure, why not?
The scientific reasoning why this should be a thing. It's very funny. Pulls you to your knees beside her. This doesn't mean we're dating, or that I even like you like that, she says. This is a mutually beneficial arrangement, that's all. Works for me. Releasing endorphins.
Of course.
That's hilarious. Good, Tang says, her cool hand aligned on your cheek. No more talking. Tang kisses you with no nonsense, biting into your mouth and pulling you down the rest of the way to lie underneath her. The mental platform digs into your skin. The weight and heat of her is insistent, urging you to touch her in return.
I was gonna say, be careful how much
these
you're allowed.
scenes go?
Yeah. I was gonna say how much you're able to say out loud on Twitch as a matter of discussion.
If we suddenly cut to be right back screen, they're just about that far.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was about to say, am I about to have to cut to the be right back screen? Okay, thank you. An hour passes, and then another. If anyone notices you're gone, they won't come looking. Afterward, you drift off in Tang's arm. Okay, cute. You wake alone.
had
Yeah, that kind of figures.
you had to release some endorphins, that's all.
Half remembering the cold absence of Tang's body as she pulled away to retrieve her clothes. The air feels wet. It's like it's about to rain. A roof hatch leads into the lab where you spot Tang and Instance in deep, serious conversation. Instance's face hardens into a frown when she sees you slink past. She looks as if she wants to scold you, but Tang lays a hand on her arm. Tang looks at you over her shoulder. Her face is completely blank, though her eyes follow you as you make retreat. Oh! That happened.
Senior engineer, could you guys, like, not do that on top of the engineering block? I'm just saying.
That was funny. Cute, but funny. Hey, Nomi. I actually haven't spoken to Nomi in a while. Nomi's perched up on a fence, swinging her legs as they watch the colony life go by. Hey, Solana, they say with a wave. Sometimes it's nice to just sit and take a break. They pat the fence beside them, and you haul yourself up. How you hanging in there? Nomi asks. Me? I'm doing okay. I think other people have it way worse. Just trying to keep it light. I love the conversations. No more boss ones. I mean, I guess I can keep going there if I want to talk to Sim. I do have the thing to give to him.
That is true. It probably does need you to, like, deliver it to him for that one to progress.
We're very stressed. Nearly. But we're also getting very close. Close. Crap. Today was Mars's birthday. I should have given her something.
It's fine.
Yeah, my next playthrough, I'm gonna have to pay way better attention to when people change age. My Ricky just keeps, like, teleporting. Did they get that skill later in life? Did they just teleport? Is Sim just a Ricky?
Wait, you keep up.
Are you what little Ricky's gonna become? And then I'm gonna have
would be hilarious.
You're enjoying a relative uneventful second son of taking readings for Utopia's geological surveys when... Oh. Why would you do this? Your world shifts on an unnatural axis as Sim comes crashing seemingly out of air, grappling with a skyfish almost as big as he is. Look out, he calls to you. Though it's far too late for that. The ground rushes up to meet you, and it's all you can do to close your eyes and protect your head. To make matters worse, in the ensuing tussle, they completely crush the delicate scanning equipment you just finished setting up. Utopia's gonna be so upset. What the heck was that? You yell at Sim, who just shrugs helplessly while he holds the skyfish at bay. It's a whole damn mess. What's he doing bare-knuckle boxing with a skyfish, honestly? That effect. The skyfish flops around pitifully, and then springs back into the sky and flies away, drilling in distress. It didn't even look dangerous, really. Solana, Sim croaks, and you turn your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound on his chest, where one of the skyfish's spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin, and a kind of thing that will definitely leave a scar, or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. I guess my future sight isn't always 20/20. Yeah, you could say that again. Are you gonna be okay? He waves dismissively with the hand that's not holding his, ding-dang chest? What? Together? It's but a flesh wound. Oh, we're going there now, huh? He says, then smiles. Did I say it right? It's from one of your Earth movies. I quite liked it. He coughs. He and I are similarly difficult to kill or respect completely.
Oh. Your arm's off. No, it isn't.
Tis but the flesh wound. He grins. You think it's just a coincidence that I'm always here exactly at the right time to save you? At night when I'm asleep, he corrects himself, I sometimes see visions of things that are going to happen, or at least could happen. My dreams aren't always true, Tim says, wincing as he applies pressure to the wound. The the paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. He smiles weakly. But always in the center, there's you. I don't know that I have enough knowledge to confirm that I can see the future at this point. That's a hilarious line to respond to. That's actually pretty hilarious in my mind. But yeah.
I'm the chosen one.
I'm the chosen one. You were just joking, but he shrugs and says, maybe. Some gardeners have the ability to see between timelines and remember things that may happen in the future. Are you claiming I'm a gardener? But it takes hundreds, even thousands of years to develop. He meets your eyes. Unless I'm mistaken, you have the same ability, but you were born with it. I can't tell you how this future sight works, Sim continues. To be honest, I don't even know. But if you're curious, he's clearly grappling with something, and not just the sluggishly bleeding wound in his chest. His voice drops. You might look for answers under the light of the wormhole and glow. Yeah, I got that. You press him more, but he begs you to simply leave him to handle his injury in peace. You're too worn out. God dang it, Sim, landing on me with a weird monster.
I mean, to be fair, otherwise the monster was probably going to, like, sideswipe you and just whack you.
I mean, I guess that's fair. So I guess Sim has just been following us and making sure we don't die.
Probably.
Tangent, did you change age? She did not. So it's the last month. The last one.
The very last.
Did I already give her something? Surely I did. Did I do the dumb thing? I might have. No, I didn't. I did. Yeah, I can still give her stuff. Okay. Need some time off. I know. Fine. It's fine. I like spending time with the Ricky, so we're going to geoponics.
Yeah, because I mean, if you hang out in the,
You and your dad sometimes make a point of spending time at your mom's memorial together, often splitting a meal. He always leaves something on the memorial, like an offering. A piece of fruit, slice of bread, cup of bleb tea. It's a luxury to be able to offer food to something that can't eat. If your mom were still here, it's hard to say if she'd roll her eyes or be proud that you can afford that luxury. I love that it just always shows the little Ricky with us. It's so cute. I love it.
Yay.
Okay. 19. It is her birthday. Let's go give Tangent a medicinal root. I see a berry over there. There you go. +4. Seems you've remembered my birthday, Tang says, taking the root and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curled, distaste. Much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. I was trying to make sure it was still unique from the other one. She turns and walks away and remembers herself. Yeah, that's the same. So you just gotta give stuff to people, and you may end up giving it to them on their birthday. Or you can watch their ages and see when they go up.
Yeah, like, if you watch it like a hawk, you can probably figure it out, and then you can just remember for the next time afterward. Or if you just give them a gift by accident, then it's like, oh, you remember my birthday? You're like, yes.
Yes.
Remembered.
I think that's what happened with Mars, probably.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me check to see if this one has a move. There's no bosses. So the only thing we could do is go visit them. Did we even give him the flash drive? We didn't, did we?
Perhaps not.
Don't want to go back out there. Tricky. Yeah, we'll go see if we can give it to him real quick. He did skyrocket. He's up to 60. He gets 20 at a time, so.
Yep.
We did get Tang up to 85.
Which is good.
Okay, let me see if we can get one more cutscene with them. I say cutscene. One more event with Sim, and then we'll deal with Glow. I am very far over, but I'm going for it, man. I'm doing it. We're doing this.
Yeah.
There's my Ricky popping up out of nowhere. It just stops, and then it'll pop up somewhere else in a second. Probably ahead of me.
Probably.
Yep, there it is. Yep, same place as usual. You think you see Sim running through the trees up ahead, near the edge of a cliff. You call out to him, but your voice is drowned out by a screeching roar that shakes the forest. A manticore? You're feeling a remarkable lack of self-preservation today, so you holster your scanner and follow the noise through the trees. To find Sim fending off not one, but 3 manticores at the edge of the cliff, his back to the fatal drop behind. He's bleeding profusely from his hairline, and his left arm hangs, oh my god, uselessly at his side. He doesn't even register your presence as he tries to calm the beast with soothing sounds. One of the manticores knocks Sim off of his feet, and your heart lurches as a spray of stones splatter down the cliff. The beasts have him completely at their mercy. The lead manticore's delicate feet pin Sim's tattered clothing to the ground, spittle drooling from its misshapen jaws as you watch Sim's expression twist in an emotion you've never seen in him before. Fear. Well, yeah, we're gonna save Sim.
No, just leave him to die.
We'll just leave him and he'll die.
Don't worry, alien buddy. We're here to help.
This is a
we
pretty
may
high
not
one.
have a gun, but we have the next best thing. Gumption.
To physical pairs. Huh.
Oh, +5 to red pairs. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So those things you have none of right now.
Yeah, I know.
Straights are still your best bet in that category, since you have so many bonuses for straights.
Yeah, I already have it. Let's see. That would be too much.
It's not like you need to hit it on the dot.
I know. Ta-da! That was a fun one.
Indeed.
Hold 2 bonus to combat. Somehow, using all your strength and then more, you defeat the lead manticore. The 2 smaller ones scatter, hissing their displeasure and biting at each other. With the death of their alpha, negotiating their new pack dynamic should distract them for a while. Tim waves you off with one arm that doesn't hang limp at his side. I am fine, he guessed. I feel pain, but it does not control my behavior as much as it seems to in humans. You and Sim both collapse into the dirt, breathing hard. Your head is spinning with adrenaline and a little bit of blood loss, to be honest. And you look over at Sim and he looks similarly stunned. That was impressive, Solana, he says. I had no idea you were such an adept warrior. It's thrilling, actually. His gaze drops to your mouth and then back to your eyes. Well, I'm glad that's over. You're both startled by a crashing sound from the trees. One of the 2 remaining manticores breaks through the tree line and roars at you, blood and spittle spraying away from its ravenous jaws. There's no sign of the other, clearly lesser manticore. Run, Sin gasps. Pulling you both to your feet, he gives you a push and you start running parallel to the cliff, trying to get some distance before it's safe to duck back into the trees. You don't hear Sim behind you. You whirl around just in time to see Sim clash with the manticore, grappling with its huge front claws as it pushes him closer to the edge of the cliff with a dancer-like strength. Go, Sim yells. Rocks scatter down the cliff by his feet. Please, Solana, just go. You don't even have a chance to be a hero. The manticore takes Sim's neck in his jaw and he screams in pain. Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't think that'll kill him, but
Probably not, but...
that still has to suck.
Tim locks eye with you once more as time slows to a crawl, then speeds up as he grabs hold of the manticore and launches himself backwards off the cliff. They're gone before you can scream. You rush to the edge too late to catch even his trailing tattered coat. It's a long way down, and the winds buff your face viciously. You try to blink away the image of their bodies falling through the air, and now seared into your memory. Turn away from the smudges at the bottom of the cliff, but you still see it. You sit down stunned and stay away for a long time. How can he be gone just like that? Dead. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Is there a log? Maybe not. Want to see that one? Oh, I can drag it down. We're good. There won't be any funeral for him. The alien who would be human is not like you can bring his remains home to be properly recycled. It's a small comfort that at least out here it won't be long until nature takes its course. Tim would probably have wanted that, you think? With a heavy heart, you return to the transportation station. You just want to go home.
You're supposed to be dead. I got better.
I got better. Alright, we have a mission to do during Glow. Question is, will it be bad at the colony without us here?
Maybe.
I mean, probably not.
It should be fine.
Sneak out to explore Glow. Let's do it. Immediately outside the gates. I'll be right back to that. Don't know. Whoop! Keep exploring. Hard to tell how far I can move. Hi, Manticore.
Yeah, because of all the glow going on.
It's fine. This would have probably been a really cool thing to, like, go and do. Had I gotten it a little earlier. It is really hard to see the paths to walk, though. Shoot, there's 2 of them. Well, I'm not that stressed. I can probably do both.
Yeah, you are not that stressed.
I don't even know why I'm collecting stuff, but who knows? Maybe I'll need it.
Force of habit.
Lots of crystal clusters. Well, I say that. Let's just go ahead and go to the exclamation mark. Part down. Good morning. No one is allowed outside the colony during Glow, so if you stay out of the Outlook site, there will be nobody to catch you. Also means you're alone out here. If you get into trouble, it's going to be big trouble. You hope you know what you're doing. The familiar is unfamiliar during Glow. The sky is dark except for the eerie light of the wormhole, seeming so much closer than it usually is, and the gloom makes the shadows deeper and more mysterious. So hauntingly quiet that you can even hear the movement of animals, the beat of soft wings. Oh, enough of something large in the distance. What's that curious sound? It's just a Dorps moth taking flight. It's usually dull plumages, an iridescent rainbow glowing warmly in the dark glow. It slowly glides through the mushroom trees. You've been taught to be terrified of Glow season since you landed here. That's where the monsters are, out here, circling the colony and attacking anything they saw. But it's so much more serene than you were expecting. Maybe they were wrong, or lying to you. Manticore! Trying to figure out where I go to keep going. And I keep running into walls. Because there's some way to get down there. But I
Yeah, it's
can't.
just hard to see because of the glow effect.
Is this where we needed to go? You climb up to a plateau ringed with gnarlwood trees. Yeah, this is good. The view is fantastic. You can see the entire valley on this side of the colony from here. You have a curious sense of remembering this place. Not from your dreams, but no, from a vision you had deep under the strange pyramid. Something important now will happen here, but not yet. Example? Biology. Your quest for knowledge continues, so you take some samples and analyze them in your holopalm. There are some wacky things here. There's glowing mushrooms you've never seen before, a strange amount of deadfall, as if there's some kind of localized tornado. You log fake location data so it looks like you found these things inside the colony. Utopia would be upset if she knew where and when you actually got this. Okay. Not seeing legend. Further up the path to go down. Further up the path. Oh, you're talking about this way, maybe?
No, I think it's like you have to go down and around kind of thing.
Or am I going back? I feel like I'm backtracking. Oh, over here. I found it. Well, it was very dark and hard to see.
Quite so, quite so. Well, there's a number of manticores if you want to tussle with any of them.
Well, is there nothing else? Or am I still missing another path? I think this is back to the village, or the colony.
I would say if there's any way you get further to the bottom left, but I think, like you said, mostly going left leads you straight back to the colony at the moment.
I'm looking. It's weird because I can kind of picture how this all lays out in front of the colony. And this bend I remember, but the rest of this kind of feels weird.
Yeah, like it's slightly different from your normal geography of the outskirts of the settlement. Probably just because it's glow season, but like it's off enough that it's like,
Yeah, I think I've pretty much done what I can as far as the exclamation marks. I could do a few of the question marks. And I mean, what else are we going to do during glow?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Oh. The area is dotted with huge circles of glowing mushrooms, each one nearly a meter in diameter. The bare grass in the center of the circle looks remarkably lush. This would have been a great way to get biology by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
You crouch down to analyze the mushrooms. It's a species you don't recognize, but your holopalm reports that they live most of the year underground and only pop up during glow season. That was weird. +6 if the card. Oh, interesting. This close, you notice that the entire area inside the circle is sunken, and the grass has been flattened, most like a footprint. But what would be big enough to make this? You decide not to wait around to find out. Cool. Old map got replaced when the helio fell. You're amazed at how peaceful it is out here. Not what you expected. You stayed out of sight of the watchtowers and slipped between the mush trees. It's eerily silent, as if the forest is holding its breath in anticipation. It really is quite pretty out there, with all the plants and animals glowing, especially the wormhole filling the sky above you. Watch where you're walking. Stays up at the wormhole. Yeah, I kind of figured that would hit me with more stress. Timey-wimey wormhole stuff. Interesting. Neighbors become wild. Value is wild. What? You crane your head up to look at the wormhole. It's so big you begin to feel dizzy and end up stumbling over a bit of gnarled root. Ouch. As you're lying on your back in pain, you're still transfixed by the wormhole. It's dark against the sky, but it moves and shimmers with a million colors turning in slow, fluid motion around the perfect black hole in the center. Wow. Though you can't see it, you've been told the wormhole is high above and is shining with ultraviolet light. It's invisible to the human eye, but absorbs and re-emits as visible light by the flora and fauna around you. Your holopoem calls it a black light and says that people on Earth used to use similar, much more concentrated light as decoration. Even your clothing glows faintly. I'm kind of just hitting all of our stress markers right now. You come across a strange glowing river in the sky, floating just over the mushroom-capped trees. It reminds you of old Earth myths about the Milky Way or Northern Lights. It undulates away to the left and right, a river of luminous mist. Beneath it, a curtain of tiny glowing particles slowly rains down into the forest below. Cross through it! As you ford beneath the shining sky river, you're surprised to see Nim run past you. What? 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 Hey, Slowpoke, she says, turning to shout at you. You're gonna miss the game. Come on! You're drawn into a game of sports ball with your friends. Even Tammy's here, handing out cookies and juice. Beautiful day, the heat of the sun on the back of your neck and balanced by a pleasant breeze. Adults begin to gather at the shade of the stratospheric to watch the game. Everything feels perfect. And wrong. It starts with a nagging feeling as you pass the ball to Mars. Something about this isn't quite right. You shake your head, returning from the fantasy to find yourself standing in a thicket trying to bounce a puff shroom like a sports ball. It's a relief to find yourself back in reality, though you're a little sad for your lost youth. The strange river in the sky seems to have dissipated. You only received a little exposure to it, just a small dusting of those tiny glowing particles. But you wonder what would happen if you'd gotten a heavier dose. That's a dangerous thing to wonder.
Indeed.
Should go home soon? Yeah, we will. Ooh, this is a pretty scene. We've seen it a few times, but it's really pretty. You come to a dense part of the path where the gnarlwoods surround you and block out the sky and the wormhole above. Long threads that look like hair are hanging down from the trees. Strange, you've never seen this during the rest of the year. You have to go through these. Take a closer look. The strands are sticky like a spider's web, so sticky and thick, in fact, that you would be caught if you tried to push your way through it. Cut my way through it. Your skill with blast gutter comes in hand as you're able to cut a Solana-sized hole through the sticky hairs without accidentally getting them all over yourself. Seriously, this stuff is like super glue, and the strands are extremely tough. You get a small piece of your pants and are pretty sure it's never coming off. Alright, let's see how this goes. Knowing the attack is coming, as always, comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves. There's only so long you can handle shelter in your quarters. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls when you're not working, scanning the tree line for the first sign of trouble. You're there when you see them, dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass the forest's edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, numbering at least, must be in the 1,000. More animals than you've ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with teeming carpet of smaller creatures darting in and among the legs of... Oh no. Well, yeah. It's not like they were gonna just stop showing up. The forest bends as Faceless emerge from its depths, followed by two more. There's 3 of them.
Lovely.
The mood on the walls is discouraged. One Faceless destroyed our colony. 2 Faceless required an irresponsible number of explosives to take down. How are you supposed to be able to handle 3? I guess you fight them. Yeah, I figured I'd get heroic again. Survival is your only goal. It's what all living creatures do. The wave of attackers rolls over the firebreak, crashing against the walls. Flying creatures scream overhead, and the sound of Plazravov's fire and the fire fills the air. You rush towards the garrison to join the squads. And as you run, you notice the colony is well defended. The colony defenses are mediocre.
Oh, the colony
Ooh.
is badly defended. That's not good.
No, it's not. Oof.
Damn it, Lum.
I mean, part of that's me. I know we can raise it by doing the. There's something. Isn't there something where I can check that? Is it just at the top in my.
Maybe?
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I could see it somewhere. Maybe not. Do I not have a way to track where that's at?
Maybe you don't. Unless it's under the particular person that would be relevant for, which would be what, Rhett?
I don't think you can do it from the screen. Casually becoming a man during glow. Oh, sorry. I guess I did just click on it, huh? How did I do? Oh, okay. That's what I did. Gotcha. Oh, I never noticed that did that. That's so cool. To be fair, I do like this one more than I like this one.
Oh, that's neat. You just casually slide the bar at any point.
Wait.
Middle of combat, your hair grows.
Aw, we don't change the hair for what we call what our. I guess that makes sense, but feminine appearance. To be fair, I like the short hair. As you run, your heart sinks at how poorly organized the colony's defenses are. Luckily, nothing has breached the walls yet. Seems like the tide of monsters emerging from the trees has slowed. Even still, it's a lot of monsters. The colony is taking a beating, and you can already see the defenders start to flag. It's going to be a difficult battle. And my voice is giving out on me.
You dying.
Hydrate. I don't think I did Fi's hydrate. I'm going to do that now. Or maybe I did. I need it anyway. Excuse me. All right. Let's do this. All right. You're descending from the walls when you are thrown to the ground by a tremendous rumble. A few meters in front of you, something tunneling towards you through the mud. You have the impression that something long and dark that cuts through the ground like a shark through water. You scramble to your feet, but it cuts off your path, forcing you forward towards Japonic's outbuilding. It's a storage shed, mostly empty besides bales of hay used to float cow feed. It's dimly lit, but you think you see another door at the far end. The creature advances, throwing up rocks and chunks of dirt as it tunnels closer. Fight it. We got this. You suck! Well, actually, that's not that big a deal. We can just go boop and boop. All of my thought cards. Let's see. I suck. Wild?
Oh, yeah, that straight value is real good.
Can I reorganize this? Probably a little bit. That might be the best I have anyway. Yeah. That was a very rude card to lock in that spot, but it's fine.
Quite so.
I guess I could do that. Is that affected? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. I guess it would probably have to swap these two technically. Yeah, there it is. How badly do I win?
Enough.
Hey, look, colony defense went up. Yeah! but it was less than 5, so I know
We
we've
don't
at
know
least
how
gotten
much
+1 on
less.
it a few times.
Yeah.
You grab a rake and back into the doorway to wait for the monster to emerge. As it rears up and thrusts a long black snout out of the ground, you stab the rake down onto it, dispatching it. Before you even have time to be relieved, you spot a second one tunneling towards you. You take another step back in the storehouse and feel heat. The building is on fire. Yep, that's stress. But it's okay. Oh, injured. Is that because I was stressed whenever it happened?
Maybe. Don't know.
Physical skill increases reduced by 1. Oh, no, that's not an issue.
Oh, yeah.
The dirt thatch roof quickly ignites and rains flame debris down on your head, filling the room with toxic smoke. The ashy heat is intense. You can feel it ripping the moisture from your lungs with every breath. 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 Bed. You rush for the rear door, but the fire moves so fast you're trapped as a roof beam collapses in front of you. You hear cracking noises and then just pain and noise like a bell. The world goes dark. You wake to chaos. Hey, here's the scene! You wake to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire? Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here, or what on Vertumina is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet and then collapses. There she is! Your body aches and your eyes burn into the smoke. A figure appears through the flames, and it's your friend. Your friend. Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is ringing in your ears. I'm out. You try to stand, but one of your legs folds uselessly underneath you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over your shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Low season. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? From Earth? Wait, hold on. You remember this from another life. Not a dog, a monster. It's about to end your life, and probably Nim's too. She tightens her grip on you. Oh, do I just have all of it? I need bravery, biology, or animals of 100. Or does it just use
You got
whatever?
this.
You prepared for this earlier. Shield Nim. Dodge and fight it. You shout a warning and push Nim to one side as you dive to the other. The beast roars and transforms into a towering horror. A thing that has haunted your dreams for years, but you're ready for it. You realize you've been ready for it your whole life. You distract the creature by hurling a piece of debris, which it catches midair and grinds to bits with its powerful jaws. This gives Nim time to get close and zap it with her stun gloves. While the creature is immobilized, you jump and finish it off with your plas cutter. Are our legs working again? You emerge from the inferno of the shed, burned and concussed, but alive. Anemone smiles. It's good to be alive. Oh, it ended the status of injury. This room looks different. You have your wounds tended in the med bay. Other soldiers are there in much worse shape, but at least the battle is over. It was a long and bitter, resulting in yet again in the destruction of most of the sawmills and arable land. The defenders managed to repel the Xenos before damage could be done to the inner colony, or maybe the monsters lost interest before finishing the job. It's as if the planet wants you to suffer, but it doesn't actually intend to finish you off. Yet, anyway. And now we're less stressed. But for now, you're just happy you've survived to live another day. And that day is your birthday! We're jumping? Okay. By the time you've recovered, the suns have returned. It's your 20th birthday. You're full-fledged adult now, though in many ways you already were, and have been for a long time. You and your friends step out to greet the new day and start the rest of your life on Vertumina. We lived!
The end.
This bomb was a big defense negative. Fair. That is completely fair.
Yeah, that's true. God damn it, Dis.
So, can you find Dis after that happens, or are you just supposed to form a good enough relationship? Oh, this is cool. The colony's been in dire need of a teacher ever since Professor Hal died, and you're the perfect for the job. You teach a wide range of subjects because it's a small colony, and you have to. But it's okay, you like to learn. When kids come to class, you teach them about responsibility. Oh, this music's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a better friend with him, it wouldn't have happened. Gotcha. I bet you I was just short too, because we were already like 50 to 60 range.
Yeah.
You teach them about knowledge is power, and with power comes responsibility, just like you were taught. If humanity's going to have a chance here, it has to embrace its most high-minded instincts for cooperation and unity. Teaching children about their role, not just in society, but on the planet, is the first best step. You take Chief Engineer Instance's council position when she retires. She retreats into her lab and is rarely seen, always working away on something. Working with your adult co-workers is a little more daunting than with your children, but they respect you as a teacher and de facto voice of the future. You watch your many, many children grow up and take on their own roles in the colony, always remembering you as their beloved teacher. But what about? You worked for many years with Tangent Engineering. She's just as essential to you as she was to Instance. Even at first, she's a little resentful that you were named Chief Engineer over her. You always thought you had a good working relationship with Tangent and that she was happy being your second, which is why it's a surprise Tangent abandons her responsibilities as second 1 year after you're named Chief. At first, she's happy tinkering with her own research, passion projects she had put aside when she was working in the lab under Instance, things of little interest to the colony. Gradually, though, you notice that something is wrong. Her quarters, once so pristine due to lack of use, are jammed full of experiments. She takes her meals in her room and often disappears from the laboratory for days at a time. Any polite questions about her independent research are met with either wide-eyed silence or an incomprehensible jumble of half-formed hypotheses and streams of consciousness. Even Instance finds her bizarre enthusiasm impenetrable. She spends more and more time alone with her experiments. People begin to worry. And then she just stops. Everything, her experiments, languish. Tangent languishes. As her friend, you're allowed access to her inner sanctum, her quarters now completely in disarray and reeking of rotten organics, where you find her still in bed more often than not. Sometimes she's sleeping, but most often she just lies there, trapped in a nightmarish waking state by her hypercharged metabolism. You hold her hand and talk about nothing, slowly uncovering her obsession with Dis's fate. Yeah, she was worried about him.
Yeah.
Grief manifests at strange times, often requiring years to fully process, so Tangent chose to leave the lab. You help her realize that without structure in her life, she's clearly struggling with having to deal with a lifetime of freefall at once. She's burned out, plain and simple. With your help, she manages to recover, but she's haunted for the rest of her life by the unanswered question, what happened to Dis? Her love life remained fairly private, though she's not as frigid as she always claimed. You hear from the colony gossips that she carries on with a string of casual relationships, mostly with other scientists, mostly women. Just like Instance, Tangent never donates genetic material to the next generation. She pretends not to care when people say it's such a shame that her tremendous intellect won't be passed on, citing that intelligence is just as much nurture than nature. But you know the truth. She's terrified to pass on her family's mental illnesses to anybody else. Unfortunately, even with genetic alteration, the human body is not made to withstand long periods without sleep, and Tangent's willful negligence in taking care of herself certainly doesn't help. She develops a heart condition in her early 60s that outpaces the healing capacity of the med beds, and it eventually takes her life. Aww. I hate that for her.
That does suck.
Your brief time with the mysterious gardener named Sim changed you forever. He changed the way you saw the planet Pertumina and the way you saw your own people. You came to understand the place that humans had in this world and in any ecosystem, that you were as much a part of it as any planet or bird or bug. For years you often imagine you see Sim out there, ducking behind a mush tree or crown or slipping into the forest just as you turn your head to look. Each time you think you hear his gentle laughter on the wind, you feel at peace. It's as if he's out there somewhere watching over you, this special human. Your dad never really recovered from your mom's death. He tries, but his smile just isn't the same. He continues to carry the weight of feeding the colony on his shoulders, ranching and farming and analyzing new native plants, trying to find better ways for humanity to thrive on Vertumina. The attacks on the colony destroys progress every year, and the stress ages him prematurely. You watch your father grow weaker under the strain until one day a sudden heart attack claims him in the field. He's worked very hard every day to see Vertumina flourish, but you have to go on without him. He'll always be with you in the ground you walk on, in the trees that give you shade, and in the cycle of life that sustains you. Your Ricky goes from the size of a small dog to the size of a bear, becoming more and more unwieldy and more terrifying to small children. Before the council can force you to do anything about your arachnid octopus friend, Squishy just disappears. You look everywhere in the colony for it, but your answer comes out from outside the wall, a new Ricky nursery tree. Soon the colony is host to many curious Ricky pups who call your Squishy home. Oh!
Good spider octopus thing.
The days turn to months, eventually becoming years, then decades. Before you know it, you're old. Vertumina continues to challenge you and your loved ones. The attack continues every year, getting harder and harder to withstand. Not just that, but droughts, earthquakes, diseases, storms, pestilence, and more. Some years you worry about the colony and humanity will be wiped off the map for good, but humans are good at surviving. The adversity strengthens your resolve. You mourn your dead, celebrate your births, and keep adapting to whatever the planet throws at you. This is your home, for better or worse. You do what you can to make a good one. Eventually death comes to you, as it does to everyone. In the moment of your death, your brain cells fizzle out one by one, shutting down forever. A vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that person? They seem so familiar. I feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you. Only ancient. Her arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving her mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. She smiles. We had a good life, don't you think? There's so many possibilities, and this was only one of them. I could have done better. Hmm. Well, I tried. I love that. Why is this the hardest decision of the whole game for me? I see so much merit in each answer. I could have done better. There was a girl. We were young together. Tammy with the cotton candy hair. Such a shame to see a life snuffed out so young. She gives you a look, as if to say you were somehow responsible for this. Wait, were you? Could you have saved her? We have a chance to take another path, to change the way your life turned out. She reaches out a hand. Come with me. Ah, that's great. That's very good. Oh, you can click on them. That's wild.
Huh.
Holy cow. Oh, there's so much more to do.
There sure is.
I think what I'm going to do is, since I'll have a week before, we'll have like basically 2 weeks before I do another stream. I think what I'm going to do is add an answer to the Wednesday poll to start a new life in I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, where I will probably try and be a little bit more. I mean, I know how the game plays at this point, so I know how to manage stats and stuff a little bit better. I can't promise it'll turn out better, but we can take another shot at it if y'all want to see more of the lore or some more of the characters so we can actually get Tammy. And then, I don't know. I'm definitely going to play it again. So let's just say I'll leave it up to everyone's opinion if y'all want to see the next part streamed or not.
Yeah,
It was so good.
it
I've enjoyed
was.
it. And I want to thank Lord Birch for recommending. Of course. It's been a fun one. I've enjoyed this a lot. I enjoyed all the characters, the dialogue. My voice has strained because I keep reading it instead.
It's fine.
So good though. There's an endings gallery, so it keeps track of it. If I click on this, is it going to tell me the other ones, or is it going to just like show blank screens? You gotta go to bed. It
Nope.
was a fun stream. Well, thank you for joining. And thank you for the recommendation. It's been a fun time. And have a nice sleep. Good night. Second. Okay, they are just blanks. Professor. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Backgrounds. I missed a background. Oh, there's one there missing. I got most of them. There are some very special ones that seem to be missing. That was cool.
Yeah.
I'm probably missing a ton of cards.
Oh, well, duh. Because, I mean, there's probably a bunch that you can get from definitely certain tasks. And of course, you're missing literally everything off of What's Her Face because she died. But you can fix that. You can change the future.
And my next playthrough, I will have a zoo. Now that I know it will just pile up the pets, we'll have all of them.
I have knowledge that I can have an entire zoo. I will have them.
I will have my zoo. There's so many characters I want to save. That was good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. I am going to go ahead and swap because I also need to get ready for bed because it is late.